team, along with Sam Watson and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I've come this way before, traveled through the open door, circumstances navigated the path, and life happened oh so fast. No, it got lonely, sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it, even when I'm offbeat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know life took a hold on. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a play with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games we play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. I'm telling you the truth. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do. It's fight for millions. Take a second, see the blessing in it. With much expected, much is given. When I made the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. For the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm ASICs. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition, I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lacking. Or cancer slowing our road. I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals. Yeah.
Give back, give love, give things into the way. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a play for no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your role. Games we play, can't take it personal. Cause the devil is a liar. It's all in what you do. Some things you gotta do.
Hey. What's up, JP? Ever JQ? What up? Coach 67, Keno. What's up, Dion Gale? Appreciate you, Bird, man. How you doing, Miss Bird Dre's finest? What's up? Let's get into this trailer, man. I appreciate the people who bought the movie today. What's up, Adolfo? Thank you, dog. Thank you guys so much for supporting this independent project, man. If you haven't done it, I suggest you go do it right now. And here we go. I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries. And can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them myself. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
How many? At least 15, y'all. At least 15. Welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you guys coming in here tonight, man. And I figure, man, we might as well just go hard body on this topic, man. Might as well go dumb hard body, because I know A lot of PBC fighters and personnel will be watching. And I just want to, I had this analogy that Al Haymon and his fighters have. It's like a inmate pen pal situation. You know what I mean? It's like, have you met Al Haymon? No. Have you spoken to him? Yeah. Through who? Oh, through Miss Brown, Mr. Brown, Sam Watson. It's like an inmate pen pal situation, dog, between Al Haymon and his fighters. Motherfuckers protected a man they ain't never met, man. But moreover than all that shit, man, I just want to say this. Jamal Charlo fighting, what's the young man name? I should have known it by now. Selecki. Proves to us that the fighters have no say-so. And you say, how, Fred? I don't get it. How does that not make sense? Because why would Jamal Charlo want Selecki? Why would he want you to select Selecki? You know what I mean? It just don't add up, man. The alibis ain't adding up, man. Yeah, man. Who you talking about, Dre's Finest? You talking about Miss Brown, Miss Sylvia, Mr. and Mrs. Brown? Is that who you talking about? But it's so important that these fighters get their freedom, man. And I can totally tell these fighters aren't free. Oh, on the movie. Oh yeah, she gorgeous. Oh yeah. Brianna Redman. Oh, she gorgeous. And it saddens me because like them, like me, I took it on blind faith and I believed them. But at the end of the day, you have no power if you're fighting once a year. You have no power if you can't choose your opponent. And they just sitting waiting for a date. I don't understand. I'm trying to grasp this because if we replace Al Haymon with Eddie Hearn, oh no. That's too light. Because we still forgive Eddie Hearn and his dad because of Devin Haney. I don't understand that shit neither. I don't understand how we're so soft on Eddie Hearn and because he signed because he has Devin Haney. What does that got to do with Eddie Hearn and his dad? You know, they got slave contracts. Oh. I understand. Looking at Jamal Charlo's career. What's up, dog? How you feel? Broken Traditions. Go subscribe to Broken Traditions. If you want a unique perspective, definitely go subscribe to him. It's not adding up to me that Jamal Charlo wanted to fight Selecki. Don't make sense to me. It's not adding up to me that David Benavidez wanted to fight David Lemieux. Their moves are not even lateral. You know how you make a lateral move? Their moves are going like this. They're going lateral, but they're going downward. This is a step back for Jamal Charlo. Selecki has already fought Gabe Rosado, Daniel Jacobs, and shit. There's another guy he lost to. He beat Hugo Centeno. Who else did he lose to? It's two fighters he lost to that are pretty popular. I can't think of them right now. But at the end of the day, the point I'm making is there's no freedom there. There's no freedom at Top Rank. There's no freedom with Eddie Hearn. There's no freedom in this boxing, dog. The only thing that's the difference is your car may have a less miles on it. That's it. You're still getting a Cadillac. There is no Rolls Royce of promotions. It's impossible. If it was, Jamal Charlo Al Haymon would put up the money for Jamal Charlo to fight Andrade. If it was, Jamal Charlo would be fighting Lara. They put this in perspective. Jamal Charlo hasn't even fought Gabe Rosado yet, who's been a free agent for 6 years at least. Montiel was a step back. That was a Samson deal. It's getting too obvious, man. Andrade, thank you. KO Artist, what's up, man? Go subscribe to KO Artist, man. Go subscribe. I watch all his videos except Golden Boys. That's it. That goes for everybody, though. But anyways, man, that's my friend, man. Appreciate you, Steven. He lost to Andrade. Shit, who's the other guy? Daniel Jacobs. And he beat Gabe Rosado, and he beat Hugo Centeno. Why is Jamal Charlo fighting this man? It's not adding up to me. Jamal Charlo has absolutely no power. No power in his business. Because here's what happened. No, remember Gabe Rosado was fighting everybody on HBO, and but he's been bouncing. He doesn't have a contract with them, but they need an opponent. So they throw him in there with all the guys. Just think how much money did Al Haymon pay Julio Cesar Chavez? Anybody remember that? I believe when he was with HBO or something like that. When he was like 44-0 and it's getting real spooky out here because here's what PBC did. And you guys are more than welcome to call in and disagree with me in a second. They levied our unconditional black support. They levied, thank you. They levied our unwavering wanting to get Bob Arum out of business, wanting to get Kafti Duva out of business, wanting to get HBO, wanted to compromise HBO. So we say, yes, finally, Al Haymon. But then we realized he was more them than us. I'm going to show you why. He overpaid. I'm going to draw some parallels for you. Guess who else overpaid when they came in the market with money? Eddie Hearn. When Eddie Hearn overpaid, he said, how many times you fight in a year? 3 times. Remember Tevin Farmer? How many times he fight? 5 times. When Al Haymon came in the market, how many times they fight this year? 2, 3 times. They was on TV. It was hoopla. And then they worked their way back towards the middle. And then PBC worked their way back towards the middle. And that's why I said it is not a black organization. Al Haymon is going to leverage that when he's talking to the Earl Spence one-on-one, when he's talking to the Tank Davis and Erickson Lubins, the Charlos, the Deontay Wilders. Man, we got to get Bob Arum out of business. He's bad for boxing. And these fighters don't wake up until they on the B side. They're like, holy shit. This man paid me $2 million to fight once a year. How stupid was I? But you might get it earlier, but you're afraid to speak up. You're afraid to speak up because now you like, shit, I can't go against this shit. That one fight date, I need that one fight date. And now I got a lifetime contract with this guy. You know, it's by the way, he offered Julio Cesar Chavez $14 million, if you guys remember that. And I think we're at a pinnacle. We're at a pinnacle where the fighters got to wake up and have a voice. There's a lot of independent media. There's a handful of fearless guys like me who relishes going against the machine. You know, I don't care who he is at this point. And I think it's essential. I think Al Haymon needs to show his face. I think Al Haymon needs to be a promoter. Just be who you are. Stop lying to the people and saying you're an advisor. Al Haymon is not an advisor. He is a manager. And moreover than that, TGB, TBG, they have no power. They're basically the voice of Al Haymon. They don't make no decisions. And Al Haymon, and here's the one thing, and I'm gonna misspeak, and I'm gonna get some phone calls on this, and I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. How come the Browns and the Watsons, so I'm talking about families, right? They've been working for Al for years. Where's the ownership at? How come you're not using Watson Promotions, Sylvia Brown's management? How come none of these fighters are not under Sylvia Brown and her husband, or Sam Watson and his sons? It's not adding up. It's not adding up. How come these fighters don't know they fighting until 3 weeks before they fight? How come everything is so hush hush at PBC? How come I call a fighter and I'm like, where you fighting at? I don't know. But they told me just to get ready. How come? Because there's only one man. He's playing chess against himself. So every move he makes, he thinks he's winning. Al Haymon lives in this little bubble. You know what I mean? This weird little bubble, man. I don't know, man. He's just a weirdo to me. And what I mean by weirdo, not like he's crazy, he gonna blow shit up. But I don't believe he thinks he's wrong. He enjoys the thrill. He loves the thrill of mystery. How the hell Tony Harrison give you the fight of the year, press conference of the year, and the man comes back 14 months later? How the hell your fighter says he was cheated? And let's just hypothetically, right? Whether you agree or disagree with me, pick your side. I don't care. Why is Deontay Wilder fighting this case all by himself? Make that make sense. How come no one from PBC said anything on Deontay Wilder's behalf? How come Earl Spence don't have fight dates already? Think about it. Earl Spence should have a fight date already. Earl Spence is fighting April 16th, October 13th. We should not be thinking, when is Earl Spence fighting? When is Deontay Wilder fighting? We knew when Floyd Mayweather was fighting because he needed him at that point. He used Floyd Mayweather. He used him to get the deals and to leverage his star power and infiltrate Showtime and compromise Steven Espinoza. And now Steven Espinoza was stuck doing shows on Friday night at Sam's Town. You think Steven Espinoza and his infinite black card wants to be at Sam's Town on a Friday night with his beautiful girlfriend? I'm not sure if they married yet. You think he wants to be there? Hell no. Not in a million years. He was stuck catering to Floyd Mayweather, hoping Al Haymon to give him Deontay Wilder date. And we sit and we wish and we wait. Why is Earl Spence? How come Earl Spence don't have his next opponent? It's no way in hell. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna keep it a thou wow. It's no way in hell the date shouldn't be set for Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, if that's the next fight. Whoever Earl Spence is fighting next, that shit needs to be announced. The night when he beats Ugas, did I say that right? If he beats Ugas, right? I have him as the favorite. That night, we should know when Earl Spence is fighting. But we ain't gonna know. We gonna go back in the media guessing, hoping, and praying. The NBA Finals starts June 5th every year? The first week in June every year, something like that. No matter what happens. Oh yeah. I got a candle in here, Steven. It's how come Tank Davis don't know when he's fighting? How come Tank Davis is 28 years old and hasn't had a challenging fight? Do you see this course of action with PBC fighters? How many fights have we missed out on? The last fight we've ever had where it was like, holy shit. Think about this for real, for real. For real, for real. Shakur Stevenson is getting paid more than all these guys. So stop it, Rick Hill. So go somewhere else with that. Oscar Valdez is getting paid more than any PBC fighter that's on TV. Aren't they the same level of stars? I would argue PBC fighters got bigger profiles than Oscar Valdez. I would argue PBC fighters got bigger profiles than Shakur Stevenson. We got to stop believing these narratives. Do you see the parallel? The last time we were in for a big fight, and this is gonna shock y'all. 2 black fighters. I mean, like where it was like, wow, everyone was like tuned in. You know when that fight was? For real, for real? Daniel Jacobs and Kid Chocolate. That's the last time 2 black fighters on PBC, and we was like, holy shit. That was free. I'm not talking about pay-per-view. I'm talking about that was free. It was like, holy shit. Damn, Al paying this much money to have these guys in the ring? Damn. In Barclays Center, they both walked to the arena. They both caught the 2 train, the 3 train, the A train, the K train. Do y'all remember that? That was on free TV. That's the last time. And it ended in a half a round. God damn it. Y'all remember the anticipation for that fight? Yeah, that's the realities of this. The ship is sinking. And the money's drying up, the alibis are gone, and Al Heyman's gonna be the only one rich. And my last point before I open up the phone lines. We always talk about, or at least I always talk about, people investing their own money. Herd J-Rock was never as big as that. And Herd J-Rock was nowhere near as big as that. They only had 3,000 people in the arena. No, Charlo Harrison wasn't a big fight. They gave away tickets to that fight. I already thought about Jamel Harrison. Nah, that was just a hood classic. You know what I mean? They didn't sell out that arena. That Kid Chocolate, Daniel Jacobs fight was a big-ass fight. Those were the 2 baddest men at 160. You know? Al Heyman protected Kid Chocolate a little bit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, he was supposed to come out beaming, but shit, motherfucker came out cold and got caught. All right, as I digress. Here's what's sketchy about this whole situation. Here's what's super sketchy to me. Remember, y'all wanted me to ask Bob Arum why he's so cheap. Y'all remember that? Every time I ask Bob interview, I always talk about him being cheap, him being frugal. Yeah, that was a big ass fight. I remember the build up for that fight. Why you so cheap, Bob? Well, the tickets don't sell, and this is how much we're getting from the networks. Okay, now let's flip the coin. When was the last time you seen Al Heyman invest his money? You want the answer to that? Luis Ortiz, Charles Martin was on pay-per-view. Why he just didn't pay him? He ain't paying either. But we have this inflated perception of who this man is. Andre Berto was the first. You know the pyramid scheme? The Floyd Mayweathers, the Andre Bertos, and the first wave of stars on PBC. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. Because those are his advertisements, right? It's like when you go on. I ain't gonna say it. But damn, waste no time. 808, what's up?
What's good? What's good?
How you been? How you been?
I've been good. How you been?
Super. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I'm seeing you cook over here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I got an answer for that question.
Oh, please, go ahead.
All the PBC fighters are expendable to him. That's it. They're expendable.
They are expendable. But he controls them. The fact that Miss T, the fact that Jamal Charlo couldn't negotiate with the zone, the fact that Tank Davis couldn't negotiate with the Tevin Farmer fight, the fact that Earl Spence couldn't negotiate with Terrence Crawford.
What it's looking like, Fred, is when these new promoters step on the scene, it should be a hint and a half to all these boxers jump on the train right quick and get off, because as they cement themselves, shit gonna fall off. They ain't gonna get as much money. You see the zone kind of falling back on all the money they get.
Right.
And there, a lot of fighters are not, they not, I always say this, they're not doing the pretty boy part. And what I mean by that part, not that he knocked everybody out. I don't care about nothing what he did in the ring. The fact that he was in the ring several times over. Floyd was fighting twice a month, sometimes every month for like 2.5 years.
I remember that.
Sometimes you gotta put things in their proper order. Like this fight coming up with what's his name? Virgil Ortiz, when he had to bow out, right? So Flair, I know everybody, jumping on the man and all that. This is why I don't feel like we should jump on him. He talked about potential fighters in his division. We say we want them to be boisterous. We say that we want them to call folks out and shit. Now his big talk might have opened the door of rare opportunity. If Blair coming there talking about money and shit and all this stuff and miss the opportunity, sometimes you got to put the fact that you have an opportunity in front of you first. But then once you cement yourself, then you can start talking about, the money part. That's why I hate that money talk. But then you got to read the writing on the wall. This narrative that people their own boss. When Earl Spence be saying, I'm my own boss. No, you spending another nigga's money. That makes you, by definition, not somebody's boss. You're not writing your own checks. That's not a hit against him. That's just saying, why say it? Why put this false narrative out there? Y'all like selling a dream that don't even really exist. And so all the fighters that come behind you be like, thank you, Al Haymon. Thank you this, thank you that. I like to thank them. And you're not getting none of which they getting. And then they're not even getting their just reward. Earl Spence should be, in my opinion, getting $12 to $15 million a fight.
He should be there by now. Facts. He definitely should.
He's only guaranteed $2 million from Al Haymon. Right. Only $2 million, sometimes less. You can't count pay-per-view because that's speculative. You know what I'm saying? The whole power grid could go out in America the night of your fight and nobody buy your fight. Then what you gonna say? You know what I'm saying? That's speculative. You can't count that shit. But that narrative, like I like to thank Al Haymon. I'm not mad at Al Haymon. I know you've been calling him out for a minute. What made me get on your train, Fred, and the only thing that made me get on your train, because I was an avid buyer of fights. The Tim Smith interview. That out his mouth showed that everything you have been saying was facts about PBC.
Yep. Yeah,
So
yeah, that was a very sobering moment. Because at the end of the day, I want Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, and then maybe the loser fights Keith Thurman or something like that. But I still want these fights, you know. And when Tim Smith came out and just dogged him like that, like he just dog walked Terrence Crawford like he was nothing. And I'm like, whoa, shit. You should be trying to sign this man because he's like a Popper was a Rolling Stone at that point, you know. So
yeah, he showed to me. I was like, God damn, Fred.
mm-hmm.
When I saw the interview, I said, oh, these dudes been stringing us along for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we believe you all the way, Fred, but sometimes people just they need more amplifying information or
mm-hmm.
just to see it. And for it to come out his own mouth, you see what they working with, to know that since everybody want to talk about money, I'd rather for it to just never been to talk about money. Now we know Earl Spence have never really got more than $2 million a fight. Now it might have been a fight. People gonna say, oh no, he got this and that. You know, talking about the back end. I'm talking about the guarantee.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the guarantee.
Yeah, these guarantees be low on the PBC side.
Exactly. And that's your top dude. Why isn't his guarantee $12 million? If you got 50 to throw out at Canelo, why the fuck you can't throw 12 Earl Spence way?
That was a slap in the face. Like, and that's what I said. If he got 100 million, he got to have 10 for Earl.
Got to.
If he got 100 million, he got to have 10 for Wilder to come back.
Got to.
If you got 100 million, you got to have 3 to 4, maybe 5 for Tank Davis.
Yeah, and then Tank, I didn't know he was 28. Damn, he is just getting old quick.
Yeah, isn't he?
You come in as a boxer, and you know every sport got their final championship. Like, you know, I was akin it to football, like Super Bowl. Y'all wouldn't even watch football if the football teams was like picking and choosing certain, you know, teams they want to play just for the easy win, low risk, high reward, or high risk, low reward, and shit like that. If they would get to the Super Bowl and be like, nah, we ain't gonna play the Super Bowl this shit. So in boxing, the Super Bowl is undisputed. Right. It could be unification.
Right.
It could be just the championship.
Right.
If you don't care about that, why in the fuck are we paying money to see you?
Right. Exactly my point. And that's the big one of the linchpins as why the Fox deal fell through. Fox don't want no random fights. Nah, line these guys up and let them fight. Al didn't want to do it.
That's why they hurt in Tank's career.
Mm-hmm.
Tank gonna look back on his career and regret that.
Well, he already looking back at Floyd asking, can he talk? So, you know what I
mean? he gonna regret that, because depending on how he spend his money or take care of his money, because we can see that people can make a lot of money and then be destitute. You know, you can point to fighters now and see that, or any sports person, how you can lose it all real quick. Now, what they can't take away, whether you're boxing or athlete or academic or whatever, they can't take away your awards, right, your achievements.
Right.
And that's what you should want to do it for.
Right. Right.
So.
No, true words spoken. And I hope that the generation that's next don't see these Bob Arums, these Al Haymon as saviors. You know, they are employees of you. They're partners of you. You know, like basically what Devin Haney and them be saying, but they're not really doing. They're just saying it. You know, like we're bosses, we this, we that. But they waiting on Eddie Hearn to give them money. I'm not waiting on no man to give me money, man. You know, and the same holds true for all these fighters. If you, like I say many times, if you give me $3 million, you'll never see me again. I'm done. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna flip this. If I'm fighting once a year, oh shit. If I can't double $3 million as a famous fighter, then I don't deserve it.
Yeah. But I think the onus too is on us as YouTube creators or
Mhm.
just real like the old media, new media, whoever. When these people get in and shoot those narratives, those spins, those propagandas, y'all gotta we can't go no further in this interview till we gotta stop saying that. Or we gotta do something to make them to deter them away from saying stuff like I'm my own boss. Because Fred, I'm sorry, if you ain't writing your own checks, you're not your own boss.
Right.
So stop with the shit, just stop with it. And that goes for any of them. And I'm not trying to knock them. This is what they say out their mouth. If you're waiting to spend another man's money, you are not your own boss or another woman's money. Anybody money but your own. You are not the boss. So cut the shit.
Right.
And that just wastes the fans' time. It give us stuff to talk about. And it's a low-key condescending insult to whomever. You don't have to name nobody's name. If you say, I'm my own boss, so you got a boss or whatever, you kind of low-key being condescending, if not straight out insulting the person.
Right.
That's what you're doing.
Right.
And you're allowed to do it, but just let's not act like that's not what you're doing. And then come to find out you're not your boss. You're not the boss. It's just crazy. But that's all I had, Fred. I have a lot of fires on the plate. I be somewhere everywhere.
No.
But I said, check on my boy Fred. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Thank you. Thank you. I was watching you talking about you not buying the pay-per-views the other day.
I didn't though,
Yeah,
Fred.
no, I know.
I like Keith Thurman. I'll be shitting on my, and I did not buy that fight.
I know. I didn't either.
I ain't buying it. I heard you said you going to the Ugas and Spence fight.
I may not go because I'm dealing with so much in my personal life. Good, not bad. And it's just taking so much out of me, and stuff isn't moving as fast as I wanted it to move, So, but it's coming. Definitely coming.
But let me say this. So when you said you advocate for the boycott, I tell people,
fuck yeah.
I just say, if you feel like I feel, please join me. If you don't, that's their own decision.
Right.
But in advocating like boycotting the PBC, isn't it the same when you go to the fight and buy the fight? Isn't that the same as if you bought the fight at home?
I would say it's worse to go to the fight.
It's worse?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's more money.
Because you putting faces on the screen.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's worse. Yeah. And I see what you're saying. You're drawing a parallel of going to the Spence fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. For me, on a personal level, and I'm not sure if you were listening. Yeah, you were. When Jaquan lost both his kids. Do you remember that incident?
Mm-mm.
Well, he lost both of his kids, and I called Earl, and Earl actually flew him out to the fight. And I was going to pay for Jaquan to go, and Earl Spence picked up the dime. So in terms of, I think it's honorable of what he did, and I think I should be honorable. No, excuse me. I will be honorable. That's what it is. You get what I'm saying?
But there's all kinds of ways to show honor, Fred. Like I'm saying, like for me, if I decide something, and I know we only human, we're not perfect, and I put myself in the same category, but I would think that if I'm going to stand toes and I'm going to say, I'm not supporting PBC, that means I'm not buying your fight in person. And I'm
okay. Now I see where you're going with that. I did say if the fight, if it's not worth it, I'm not paying for it. That's what I said.
Like for PBC fight?
No. If the fight isn't worth pay-per-view.
Okay.
That's what I said. I didn't say boycott PBC. I was saying boycott the pay-per-views that are trash. That's what I said. If you're not giving us the fights we want, that's what I said.
Now I'll give PBC this. I'm always be honest. These fight cards, I'm seeing them bragging about the next 9 fights they got. 2 of them pay-per-view. I think 7 of them just gonna be on Showtime. That one with Ugas and Spence, that whole undercard is fire. Like,
it is?
Hell yeah. It's not.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
gotta look at the more accurate list because that on the news articles they not showing everybody that's on that undercard. Man, that shit is fire. L Dub got it. Ask him. That's
Yeah.
why I saw it. And
Yeah,
I said, well,
the
damn.
free portion of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stankonia is fighting a Russian, right? Yeah,
Who?
yeah.
You said who?
Stankonia is fighting a
Yeah,
Russian.
yeah, he's on there. It's
Yeah.
two of them on the free side. The rest of them, I think, is with the undercard. But the whole card,
hmm
I can't remember exactly. I just saw it yesterday. And I was like, well, why didn't they put that on the news? The news article I normally read,
hmm
when they talk about the boxing schedule, they didn't show all them folks. But, their next 9 fights all together, they did a pretty good job. Now, only one that I quiver with is Charlo and Selecki, whoever that person is. But other than that, the whole, all their, up and coming bouts are good. However, until they put Spence and Crawford together, I'm not buying another PBC fight. That means I'm not going to their fight in person, and I'm not buying it.
Gotcha.
I took my stand because if at the end of the Ugas and Earl fight, and I got Earl edging them, it ain't a guarantee, but I got Earl edging them. But if Earl don't make a beeline to Crawford,
No, and Earl's gonna have to. Earl's gonna have to make that move. It's nowhere he can go other than Canelo. Like there's no other fight. Or maybe Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo, Canelo, or Terrence Crawford would be acceptable, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's a term, but
you got to put priority though, Fred.
yeah,
Right now, we got an question with Crawford.
yeah,
That's what both of them at.
yeah. I would agree. I would agree. Fans are clamoring for. I'm with you, Miss T. You're right.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
with you.
just all I see. I'm not giving them no money. And I was a person that's Fred. I done bought shoes. I'm over here acting brand new and shit with all this extra money I got from not buying fights. I done bought me 2 pairs of shoes. You crazy?
funny.
Yeah. Okay. I'm loving this.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just with Tim Smith, he put it in perspective for me. Because it's one thing for you to say it all the time, Fred, because people could think, oh, Fred got money, he got insiders, he got the scoop, we don't got the scoop. But then when they say it out their own mouth, kind of just makes things look different and put it all in perspective. Oh, yeah, y'all going to be like that? Y'all pretty much robbing us?
Right.
Y'all taking granted? Okay, all right.
Oh, definitely took us for
So
granted. Definitely.
I'm one person, Fred, but I'm going to do that. That's
No,
my stand. And
that's
I'm going to
great.
stay into that.
I would even go a step further and say Al Heyman and PBC took black media for granted.
They do. They do.
Because how the hell, put this in perspective, how you don't have champ side? I have no desire to ever cover a fight again. As of right now, maybe I get a favorite fighter and I want it. But anyways, how do you not protect blue blood champ side? Those are the only two that pretty much cover or World Combat Sports. He covers boxing. How do you not protect these guys? And the Bob Arams, the Eddie Hearns, they protect Dan Raphael, Keith Idec. How do you not protect these men?
Because they don't get the memo. Like a lot of people.
No. Boxing is tiny. Everybody knows everybody's name on first name. It ain't no. Everybody.
No.
Trust me.
When
Al knows everybody's media. Al knows everybody in media. He knows every promoter. He knows every man. It's for real. We all know each other.
When I said they don't get the memo, Fred, what I mean by
is
they taking us for granted because for real, in America, it's always been and it's probably always will. Black people, for the most part, spend on the economy more than any other group. You can count on the black dollars to put it back in the economy. We are trendsetters, all kinds of stuff. And I'm not just trying to put nobody down when I say that, but I'm talking statistically how we fare when it comes to economics. But yet they always disregard our black dollars. Now the day come like you have been saying for years, and I guess everybody got to have their reason for why they want to boycott something. When you pull your black dollars back, they feel it. All you
Oh,
gotta
well,
do is look historically. Like I don't care what you talking about, politics, entertainment, sports, whatever. When we pull our dollars back, they feel it. That's why Nike never reneged on Colin Kaepernick, because they know we buy their shit. Nike respected our black dollars, but they're not going to do that, Fred. And they know Blue Blood and Champside cover everything, and they should be in the business of trying to get every fan, no matter what group, culture,
right.
race, religion that you come from. The only way you get to Floyd's type status, if they paying attention, is you got to grab everybody. You can't just be catering to one group or your own. You're going to be stagnated.
Every press conference, you will always hear Keith Idec, Dan Raphael, or that other guy, that guy that hates me. He calls me a racist. The guy from Yahoo Sports with the he got 47 teeth in his mouth. What's his name? They all yellow. What's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he got like a
Julia,
dinosaur shaped mouth.
Julia look alike.
He got like a dinosaur shaped mouth. What's his name?
Is
Anyway,
that
I don't know. I'm
is
drawing
that
Kevin
no?
Iole. Kevin Iole. And
Down.
they ask every press conference, they get the first questions. And I'll be like, damn. You go to Top Rank, first question. I've never been to a DAZN. I've been to one DAZN press conference. And I don't know what happened. I can't recall. But if you go to a PBC thing, and I always ask, I used to ask them, how come they get to ask the first questions?
Who picks the questions? Who picks the person to answer the questions?
No, they just hand them the mic. It's like you know how I greet you when you come in,
Mm-hmm.
or if I greet Charles, formerly known as Super Coon, it's like that. So when the press conference starts, they just hand them the mic, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, how the
And
hell?
before
Yeah,
y'all, they be like, questions.
they do one article on the fight, and listen, if Deontay Wilder fought, I would do 1 million views, 2 million views that week alone when I was covering fights. A week, that day, Friday night, I would do 1 million views just on Friday night weigh-ins. Earl Spence, if I go to a fight, 1 million clicks. They don't get 1 million clicks on their articles. They don't.
It's a way to control the narrative, don't you think?
Exactly my point. When I was covering black fighters, the first place y'all went was here. I could see it in my analytics. I'm like, damn, people want to hear what I got, not what I got to say, but the questions I'm going to ask them. Y'all be like waiting with bated, like, oh, I know Fred gonna ask them what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all never let me down either. And I'm grateful for that. And so I would ask. They had this little girl. She annoyed the shit out of me. She was an introvert that had an extrovert job. Anyways, I don't know her. I forgot her name. She was ugly and she had a hump on her back. And what was her name, dog? Anyways,
Her name was.
yeah, I don't know what her name was. Humpback of PR. Anyway, so anyways, Lisa Nichols. Well, it's not Lisa Nichols. That's the Lisa something. Anyways, check this shit out. I've never disrespected a woman publicly. Well, I don't know if this may be considered. I called her ugly, but I'm talking about like I've never, as an adult, I've never called a woman a B word, fuck you in public. Never. Even Kelly Swanson, I've always held my tongue in public. I'm gonna tell you a great story. Caleb Plant is fighting Uzataki at the main event here in LA, and Mike Coppinger calls Lisa Milner, that's her name, Lisa Milner, a bitch. He called her a bitch. Tim Smith heard it, and a few other people heard it. Caleb Plant's girl heard it. I think TGB Promotions heard it. And I'm sitting there like, damn, he called her a bitch. Guess what happened?
You spoke up?
No, he asked the first question at the press conference.
with race.
I said, damn. I said, for
white girl?
real? I
Was
said,
this a
this is
white girl?
it's a little white girl. Yeah, she's in my age demographic, a little bit younger. But she was lost. She was Kelly Swanson's Yes Ma'am girl. True story. The truest story ever. Everybody heard him. Everybody heard Mike Coppinger. It was after the weigh-in or press conference, whatever it was. But you know how, but we stayed around, and I'm like, he called her a bitch. Nothing happened.
Yeah, but Fred, I mean, sometimes other people gotta kind of shut down these narratives. Be like, wait, man, we can't move forward till you can rectify that. You know,
right. Yeah.
Like any that don't make sense. Be like, don't come on here talking that soft shit, talking about you the boss or something like that. Come on, we don't need to hear that, because that's what when you muddy the waters, Fred. Sneaky shit be going on behind the scenes.
Right.
So you cut down the narratives. That's what I would like to see everybody start doing. Anybody come in with them stupid ass narratives that don't matter, shut it down.
Right.
Like, just be like, respectfully, we can't go further till we clarify this. Look, don't say that, because that don't have nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
Right.
Now, said that, when the next time you gonna get in the ring with such and such? Let's just talk about that. Let's not talk about all this other shit that don't matter.
Right.
And keep it respectful. And as long as you respect me, I respect you.
Right.
If you don't respect me, then don't expect no respect back.
Right.
That's simple.
Right. Amen to that.
That's all we gotta do, Fred. If all of us do that in unison, with our favorite fighter or not, I wonder how this will be. And my last point, black fighters gotta start fighting each other. Stop buying into this narrative that we only want to see. None against Mexican fighters. I like some of them. But they ain't the only one. I like to see anybody who put in that work and get in that ring and dare to be great. I don't care what color you are. But black fighters, please stop fighting each other, because that shit was good at one point.
Yeah. And you control the market space. You control the market. Yeah, you eliminate half the problems if you control yourself.
Yeah, and we are the biggest spenders in the economy.
Right.
We will. But that's all I got for you.
You said a lot. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I know I've been gone a minute, so I was like, let me go over to Fred.
Thank you.
I watching you. My mom watched you too. She wanted me to let
mom
you know
I said hello. Please do.
Thank you. Y'all keep doing y'all thing.
Thank you, Mr.
All right.
Yeah, and you know what I wanted to say prior to Miss T coming on? Oh, wait. I'm not gonna forget. But isn't Buta Bitev, is he Russian? I'm just curious. Is Stankonia Russian? Where is he from? Where is Stankonia from? What's up, 925?
What's up? Yo, Fred, how you doing?
Hey, good, man. What's up?
I got a quick question to ask you. Do you believe that Errol Spence had a torrenda?
I do.
Do you believe Virgil Ortiz was actually diagnosed with a sickness?
I don't.
Why?
Because you want to know the truth?
Yes.
I called Earl's doctor in Nevada because I wanted to be the first, because I wanted to tell the story. When Bernard Hopkins came out with, show me the proof. I called Earl's doctor and I got the information from the secretary. The doctor was busy, and she explained it to me, and that was it. And I wanted to bring him on the show, but he wouldn't come on. I don't know if the information got back to him or didn't, but I spoke to the secretary.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thank you, Fred.
All right, appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, I tried to get Earl Spence doctor on so you guys can understand the injury, because I you guys know Dre is a doctor. I asked her, but she's like, I'm not no eye doctor. But she explained to me what a tear is, what a rupture is, but I wanted y'all to hear it from them. from the actual doctor that said he couldn't fight. You know what I mean? But is Stankonia, he's from Lithuania. Is the guy he's fighting Russian? I'm just curious. Because if he's Russian, where's the because everyone is trying to stop the Bivol fight, you know. Oh, Bivol shouldn't be fighting, you know. I'm just curious. I don't really give a damn. You know, that's not my war. Oh, here's what I was gonna say. Is it me or is it ironic? Oh, and if you guys want the doctor information, I got it from the there was an ESPN article on Earl Spence, and that's how I got the doctor information, and I called him. What else? What was I gonna say? Is it me? He's Russian, right? Yeah, he's Russian. Where's the outcry? Where's the outcry? Better be whatever. He's Russian, man. Where's the outcry? They don't want Bivol to fight Canelo, but you want this guy to fight? I don't know, man. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just, anyhow, is this weird to me? Yesterday was March 15th, right? April, May, June. So that is 93 days away from June 18th, which is the fight, right? Right? I got you, Kev. Check this out. If they were looking for the best opponent, listen to me and listen to me carefully. If they were looking for the best opponent for Jamal Charlo, think about this. Why the hell was Selecki announced 93 days away from Jamal Charlo's date? Think about it. Jamal Charlo was going to fight a PBC fighter no matter what. You give Selecki ain't selling no tickets. Why would you announce him 12 weeks prior? Why don't you get on there, Steven Espinoza, yesterday and say, no, we still trying to iron out this deal. We'll probably have Jamal Charlo's opponent in the next 5 to 7 days. So you mean to tell me Monday night they got Selecki to fight him 93 days away from his fight? Now do you see the lies? They're not going to bamboozle and hoodwink me. How the hell they? Anyways, maybe I'm making too much sense. KB, what's up?
What's up, Fred?
Hey, what you got?
Yo, did you see that Mike Tyson interview with Jamel Charlo or Jamal?
No,
The
but
one,
can you give me the? It popped up on my mentions, but I didn't watch it.
man, it was pretty much just a Canelo love fest.
Oh, it was?
Dude, they said Canelo name probably like 75 times in that damn interview, yo. It's like, or whatever, who you want to fight. So Charlo, like, he wouldn't say nobody name. Mike Tyson was like, nah, man, whatever, tell him. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever, like, you need to, whatever, call these dudes out. You know what I'm saying? He was like, whatever, they know who they are and all this dumb shit. But anytime that Mike Tyson had brought up Canelo, he had a whole lot to say then. He was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Canelo pound for pound right now, he number one and all this shit. Like, I just don't understand these dudes, man. Like, Canelo is not going to fight them. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. But yeah, but it was pretty much just a Canelo love fest. That was all it was.
Oh,
They
was
were
it?
all on his nuts. I was like, God damn.
Right.
That's just sad. Oh shit, my fucking phone get ready to die.
Hey, what's up, Batman? He was scared to say Benavidez's name. No, to answer your question, I didn't ask for Earl's private information. I wanted the understanding of the injury. That's not private information. where you learn about what the hell's going on with the eye. And the reason why I called him was because of what Bernard Hopkins said. I did call. It was a 702 number. It was. Go check the ESPN article. And all you gotta do is type in the name of the doctor. It was a 702 number. Yeah. I wouldn't lie about calling a damn doctor, y'all. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? But yeah, and Selecki got a better resume than Jamal. But the fact that Jamal accepted this fight means he's powerless. You know what I mean? He's powerless. I would never accept this fight. Matter of fact, I would call out Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza. Y'all got to get me a better opponent, dog. The fans need to see me fight. I'm not fighting this guy. I already beat him. His name was Matt Coraball. I already beat him. Hugo Centeno. I already beat him. The guy with one leg. And Jamal Charlo fought a guy with one leg, dog. That shit was funny as hell. Hey, the announcers was like, what the hell is this? What is the motherfucker was fighting like he was in a kangaroo pouch, man. Classic. How did he pass a physical, dog? How did he pass a physical, man? Scared Tyson was trying to push him to say it, but he said Mike was starting stuff. He said, oh, Mike, really? I'm not going to watch it. Mike Tyson doesn't really interest me. He doesn't really have a big, he's not a, he be so high that the conversation is not consistent. You know, I tried to watch one episode. I think it was Devin Haney's episode. And I think that's the last time I tried to watch him. I'm just subscribed because it's a boxing platform. But I don't want him to be a lead interviewer. He needs to be the personality in the interview. Like, you know, I'm cool on that. He's a terrible interviewer, you know. So anyways, so I really ain't seen an episode. So and then check this out. Oh, feel free to call in too. Feel free to beam. Oh, you ain't got the number. I'm sorry, y'all. Feel free to beam in. All right. Oh, Stankonia is Greek, but the other guy is Russian, right? Mike talks to himself or he talks to the guest. The first 50 episodes of Hot Box were actually deep and meaningful. Was he the host? I'll tell you what interview I did watch today. It was Michael Beasley. That was pretty interesting. A man who's given up on human beings, on humanity. Yeah, he literally just gave up on humanity. He like, man, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna go home and play with my kids and go to bed. You know, so Jamal Charlo is not fighting anyone to convince the fans that he's worthy of a Canelo fight. And then two, there's no separation. You know what I mean? Like, where's the separation of creating your own legacy? You know, like I don't get it. Like, do you want to be great or do you just want to get checks? That's what I don't understand. I don't get it all. You know what I mean? For this era, I'm telling y'all, man, in 5 years, y'all gonna be like, damn, how these dudes gonna be making money? I don't know, man. It's gonna be rough to see this era of because they don't have sustainability. Fighters are not stable because you're always in need. There's no level of comfort. Do you think Gary Russell has a level of comfort not knowing when his next fight gonna be? I'm sure Gary makes money and he does other things with property and real estate but it sure is nice to know you're gonna fight in October or July and then December. You could plan your life. You got to take the kids to Disney World. You got to You got to take them on the 8th grade trip. You got to plan your life accordingly. But imagine just sitting here just waiting on a date, 702, what's up?
Just curious to know if you think there's a difference between the promoters today versus the past, the PBC versus the Don Kings and the Arams.
Yeah, I think it's a drastic difference. I mean, it's not even a comparable conversation to say that these promoters promote. I remember Don King being on late night TV shows. I remember him being on Arsenio Hall show. I remember Don King doing commercials. So many different avenues. I grew up in New York, so I always saw Don King with Donald Trump. But I knew Don King's name as a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, same as Donald Trump, same as Mike Tyson. So, I genuinely think like that's missing. Like the promoter is the everyday guy that's in your community talking every day, finding avenues to connect people. I don't see that today. Eddie Hearn may do it in the UK, but he doesn't do it here. Eddie Hearn actually needs like a street team here.
Okay, I was just wondering because it seems like the boxing has changed with the promoters, where you had the Don Kings, you had the Bob Arams, and the other smaller promoters, but they were still in the money, and now you see it differently.
Right.
You see the different, promoters like PBC who has all the boxers, but they're freezing Crawford out. So it gives them no choice but to either join them or not, or fight for a living or do something different.
Right.
I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you. And he makes a great point that I've never mentioned. Al Haymon, Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn is the only people in boxing. Hear me out when I say this. Oh shit, who this? What's up? Who this?
How you doing, Fred?
Hey,
this is Sean from Walls End, Australia.
Hey, what's up? Welcome, man. Welcome. What part of Australia you from?
It's just about 100 kilometers north of Sydney, but I'm originally from Vegas.
Oh, Sydney.
So,
I've been to Sydney
I'm just out here taking care of my mom.
Beautiful.
And first of all, I just want to say I really enjoy your show.
Thank you. Thanks for
I
staying
think you're
or whatever.
a great example for young people, and I like and I just think these fighters these days. I don't know. I'm like, I grew up in Vegas in the heyday of boxing. The 80s, it was just forget about it. Like you would have never thought it would turn into a shell of what it is.
Right.
And I think these fighters they got no character. They don't know how to promote themselves. They're so used to a promoter doing it. Back in the day, there's no social media. Ali went to Sonny Liston's house and woke him up at 2 a.m. or whatever. Just get creative, and they just. I don't know. It just seems stagnant.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, it just, they need to be a little more showman, a little, those fights in the 80s, Hagler, Leonard, Leonard Hearns. I mean, they're big fights, and they're not even making that these days. And I'm just, except for a few that can do that, that have some personality.
Right.
Yeah, and that's about all I want to say. But yeah, thanks, Fred.
I appreciate
your show, man.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you.
No worries. I hope you get that undisputed fight down here.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Praying.
What's your take on that?
Oh, that's so kind of. I've been following Devin for quite a long time now. Ever since he was a kid, kind of got me back into, getting interested in boxing.
That's dope.
Yeah, so I've been following him, long time. I'm a good friend of his. Old cut man Marshall, and just been following him and got me interested, and then I'm just sour about the way it's working. I want to see the best fight the best. Everyone wants to see that.
Amen. I
agree.
We've
lost that, and I mean, it's just like we got the 2 best Super Bowl teams, and they're not going to play each other. It's it just don't make no sense.
Right. No, you make your would Kambosos sell out an arena there?
You know what? Let me tell you the truth, Fred. Down here, there's not a lot of boxing fans. It's pretty. They know who Tim Tszyu is. Tim Tszyu is big. They fight on Wednesday nights and shit, and it's just really weird. And But Kambosos, when he got back, there was a little bit of press, but nothing. It's all quiet. And I think Devin and Bill should get a little bit creative. Take a half-page ad out in the Sydney Morning Herald. Make the regular casual person interested in seeing him fight Devin Haney. Devin needs to learn how to open his mouth a little bit, because they hate loudmouth Americans over here.
Oh,
so take it from me, they hate them. You go talking loud with a Yankee mouth around here, you're going to get some attention.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Point.
And he needs to, just create something like that. Call out his people. I don't know, something. Give me some posters. I'll go put them up around in his neighborhood or something. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Just something. Because they didn't have social media or anything back in the day, and man, they knew how to make fights. They knew how to create things.
He should go take a vacation in Australia. It's a beautiful city, beautiful country. Sydney being a beautiful city.
Yeah. No, I'm here. I've been here for 8 years.
And you love it? You're not coming back?
Well, my mom's an Australian citizen, so I came out here to take care of her, and it's amazing. I miss America. I haven't been back in 3 years. I'm just COVID's been a bear, but
you're not missing much.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you can clear something up, because I talked about this yesterday. I stayed in what's that city in where? Oh man. Oh.
Well, it's Sydney, and then there's Brisbane.
No, it's in Sydney. It's in Sydney, but it's on. You go straight up Elizabeth Street, Queensbury. What is it called? King's Cross.
You're talking,
King's Cross.
Are you
King's
talking
Cross.
about the Cross?
No, I stayed in King's
Cross?
Cross. I stayed in King's Cross, right?
Oh yeah.
So when I was talking to the reception, because I was talking about this yesterday, they have she was explaining to me that there's levels of your job there. Like it's like a R1, QR, whatever it's called. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right. What was she?
She worked at a hotel. She was the receptionist at the hotel, and we stayed at the same hotel. And I became like not friends with her, but like we just talked. And she was explaining to me that in Australia, the government moves you up accordingly.
Oh yeah, they're in on it. I mean, the government, we're pretty socialist down here, so they don't mix much. It's good, great country. It really has a lot of good things, but this COVID thing was
very safe. I saw a guy get arrested in King's Cross with no gun.
Oh yeah.
They said get in the paddy, and the guy, drunk guy, whatever he did, he got in.
Yeah,
that would would never happen in America.
Oh. No, the police are pretty, they're pretty nice, and the women are beautiful. Like the police officers are really like pretty girls, like a lot of them, and they're pretty chill. Like I drove around here with a busted tail light for 3 years and never even a second look. I couldn't drive a half a block in Vegas without getting jacked.
Facts.
Like they're just chill. But it's a really great country, and I hope we make a comeback, and really hoping we get that fight down here, because that was kind of serendipitous what happened. I was really pushing for Devin to get that TO fight, and the way it all turned out, it was just like, wow, now I'm actually going to get to see it here. So
that would have been dope.
It would have been, but I'm not fingers crossed. But anyway, Fred, I won't take up much more of your time, but man, thanks a lot. I really enjoy your show, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate
God
you.
bless me.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, man. I spent a lot of time in Star City when I was in Australia. Star City is equivalent to Las Vegas and Sydney. So because when I was there, it was like 135 or it was on 150 or something per dollar. So it was pretty strong. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. But I was making the point about I'm going to go back to making this point, because I think I want to bring it home again. How the hell is a journeyman, have a signed contract 93 days away, and you're trying to negotiate Jaime Munguia? Wouldn't you take an extra week? Wouldn't you take an extra 2 weeks? Shit, 3 weeks. That motherfucker don't need no time. The fans don't care. I mean, if you said Jamal Charlo versus Sulecki, ain't nothing changing. Why you didn't take extra 2 weeks, Steven Espinoza? And try and get Jaime Munguia. Try and get Laura. Try and get. How the hell did Adame not get the fight? Think about that. They look pretty similar. I mean, that would have been a good ass fight. Carlos Adame and Jamal Charlo. Let me look at the WBC rankings. This is interesting. I want to see this because middleweight rankings, right? Oh, WBC. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Let's go to their website. So, all right, here we go. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, see, I told you they playing in our face, man. Look at this. They playing in our face, y'all. Look at this. Number 1, Jaime Munguia. Number 2, Carlos Adame. Man, they playing in our face, man. They playing in our face, man. Come on, man. How the hell did you go from Carlos Adame, you skipped him, and you went all the way to number 6 to Sulecki, who's had one fight since 2020, August? Man, this is all fake, man. This is all fake. Man, this is all. How did Carlos Adame get overlooked? He's a PBC fighter. He just had a hell of a performance, right? Let's Google him. Carlos Adame. Let's check his Wikipedia. Oh, yeah, he just beat Sergey Derevchenko. Yeah, he had him dancing around the ring. When did he fight? December? Oh, he was on Tank Davis undercard. Yeah. Oh, and guess what? He was on Tank Davis undercard again. Oh, so he just following Tank around. So he he gonna be on Tank Davis undercard again. How did he get overlooked? I'm confused. Why is this not making sense to me? I told you, man. Jamal, man, it's not adding up to me. Carlos Adame, Jamal Charlo would be a hell of a fight. It's not going 12 rounds. Someone get knocked out. It would have been, if I remember correctly, Carlos Adame looks athletic. He's pretty chiseled, right? He takes high risks. He throws haymakers. How the hell did they go from number 2 to number 6? It's money, man. They keeping Jamal Charlo clean. I don't think they believe in Jamal Charlo. I think after Jamal Charlo lost to Matt Coroball, because he did, Al Haymon gave up on him. That's what I genuinely believe. He like, oh man, these Charlo brothers not as good as we thought they were. And then Jamel came back and proved that he's worth something. But Jamal hasn't proved that he's worth something. And I want to clarify the title too, if I may. I said they should leave Al Haymon to get their power back. You can still negotiate against Al Haymon, but there should be some type of dialogue when Al Haymon say, hey, you're fighting April 16th. Huh? Why am I fighting April 16th? You know I'm Muslim. You know what I'm saying? I think next month, right? Ramadan or something like that. But You can't do that because one, you can't negotiate against Al Haymon, and two, you fighting once a year, so you need that date. I don't understand how a top 10 fighter at PBC is fighting once a year. I don't get it. It's not making much sense to me. You back on Showtime? Where's Adrian Broner's date? Andy Ruiz didn't get a date. Last time he fought was Cinco de Mayo, right? So he'll be out for over a year. Yeah, Al Haymon got 200 fighters. Shit, only 70 of them. Boy, it's rough out here, man. It's rough, man. When I say it's rough in these streets, yeah, Jamal Charlo's in protective custody. I saw that thing of Adrian Broner in a wheelchair. Was that real? Was that fake? I don't know. If it's real, I definitely wish him well. We need Adrian Broner to come back at least one more time. How many comebacks have Adrian Broner had? I couldn't tell you. But another point I want to make too. I know there's a lot of conversation about Kambosos, Loma, and Devin Haney. Yeah, Ramadan. Thank you, brother. Ramadan's in 17 days. J Rock is Muslim, and he had to train during Ramadan. The fight that he won, he had to train. He had to train at night. The point I want to say about that is Kyle's coming in. That's the point I was gonna make. And two is that I think we got to get back to being who we say we are. And I would direct this at the Haneys. I would direct this at Black media, Black fans, and even myself. I need this reminder as well. Is if we say we bosses, if we say we kings, if we say we gods, stop chasing peasants. Stop chasing employees. And I think it's not disheartening because I'm not emotionally invested as I once were. But it's trivial to me how we say we gonna do it our way, but we fighting to do it their way. I don't know why we fucking care about George Kambosos at this point. I think we had two examples of it's not going to work. We had Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. Those were the greatest examples that we have that nah, little Negro. You're not getting the fights, man. Okay. You got to go somewhere else and you got to go find another club to go dance at. And I think that this is another clear example of they're never going to invite you to their club. You're always going to be the bouncer. Okay. You're never going to own the club. You know what I mean? They don't care how many girls you get. They don't care. They just know your 6'5", 300-pound presence keeps the club safe. And that's just the reality of it, man. I want the Haneys to win so bad, but they're doing it 100% wrong. And I've told Mr. Haney he disagrees with me 100%, and now he's going to get 100% of the results that he's been fighting for November, December, January, February, March for the past 4 months. And the Black fans are in my comment section. Man, we got to get this fight, man. Loma is coming back. I'm like, huh? For what? I don't care. It was going to happen anyway. He was going to take a tune-up if Loma wasn't ready anyway. So how many times do we got to get rejected at the rim? No.
I'm gonna do it and just do it up and under instead. You know what I mean? Y'all want to, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or better yet, you ain't got to play on that court. You know, that's why that Devin Haney Gary Russell fight was so important. I would have freed the slaves, man. That fight would have freed the slaves. Niggas was fighting over who's right and who's wrong. You protecting Gary Russell. No, I'm not. I'm trying to make the fight to let these slaves know they free. That's what I was doing. 315, what's up?
What's up? Man, you gotta explain that to your fucking co-host, Fred. You got a co-host who's a fanboy like the people you explaining to. So when you start to talk about the people who he fans of, he started to play the music, bro. You got a fanboy as your co-host again, like BB. That's a fact. That's all I gotta say. Maybe you should start changing your co-host because he don't get the business side. He just want to be a fan.
You want to respond?
I wanted to respond while he was on the phone. I hate when a motherfucker drop a bomb then leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck he's referring to because I'm the biggest Devin Haney fan out, and I told you motherfuckers he wasn't getting that fight from the gate. I told Bill Haney he wasn't getting that fight. Ain't that what I told him when he was on this platform, Fred?
I think we both told him, and it's no secret that we root for Devin Haney. It's no secret we want him to win, but I'm not. I'm too pragmatic. Like my brain is too pragmatic to even think. My brain is too pragmatic for me to even ask for a credential again to compromise myself. I can't ask for a credential ever again because I'm not changing, and I don't. And I love the freedom that I have, and I think that you don't know what's on the other side of the fence until you get over there. And I think a lot of these fighters got to climb that fence, and then you will minimize the power of all of them. We hate Bob Arum, but Al Haymon sends Sean Porter over there to get a check. We hate Bob Arum, but we send Marcus Brown over there to get a check. We hate Bob Arum, but it's okay for Al Haymon and them to do a deal together. You got misplaced anger. It's not making much sense. Not me. What's up?
Hey man, too blessed to be stressed and highly favored. What's good?
We good, man. What you got?
Well, I'm listening to y'all, and I'm in a little bit of disagreements with that.
Sure.
Yeah, because had our ancestors gave up, you would not have the privilege of sitting where you're sitting, talking like you're talking freely, and we to ask a father to give up on his son's dream. It's asinine. It's like me telling you, hey Fred, man, once you stop letting Lincoln get on this piano, man, he's not going to do anything, man. Just stop it. You know, that would be ludicrous for me to tell you that. You know the vision you and your son have. Regardless of the naysayers, you have a set goal, you and your son. It's going to be some obstacles in the road where it looks like every door you go to is closing. But remember, every door closed, God will open another one. But you have to have the faith. So when we hear, hey, man, you're not going to get the fight, so give up. That's a broad statement for folks who have faith and trust that things will get better. When we're having people saying, no, it's not going to get better. I think that's a dangerous statement to be making, even though it seems simple on its face. But there are people who have real belief in their vision. And they may not have you aside them who are tearing them down and saying, don't do it. But they may have their own family members saying the same. Well, you see, Fred said it. You see, Kyle said that's a similar thing. Man, you just need to let that go. How many dreams will be killed by statements like that? So
okay,
I say,
what? Let me ask you a question. Okay, go ahead. No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother. You know, ain't no beef right here. Go ahead, you can speak.
I just want to. What what will lead you to believe that he's going to get that fight? What has happened in the past or in the near future that gives you the confidence that Kambosos will fight him? If a war didn't stop, if the war didn't say, hey, I'm gonna fight Devin Haney, then they're not fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than boxing. At the end of the day, we gotta stop just dreaming. You know, at the end of the day, why would I put my fighter, if I'm a businessman, I'm not gonna put my fighter in a fight where I think he's gonna lose. With Lomachenko, he lost to the fighter I just beat. So I think I could probably beat Lomachenko. He got kinks in his armor. He's lost before. So let me go get Lomachenko. He's a nice enough name where people respect it. But at the end of the day, I know I could probably beat this guy. So that's what it comes down to. And Lomachenko wants peanuts. So it's bigger than boxing. But go ahead, please.
Okay. You done? I don't want to interrupt you. So, okay. Well, again, we don't know what's on the other side of that equation as it pertains to the father and the son. They could be looking at it like this. And we've seen this scenario where, okay, I'll take the Loma fight, right? As I'm taking care of that business, George over here done lost a couple of the belts. Now I got to go all these different routes to get what I could have got in one fight. So why not stay on the path and stay focused? Listen, even if you don't get the fight, it's the effort that you put in of not giving up, being persistent, consistent on your path to greatness. Yeah, you're going to get some no's. Yeah, you're going to get some doors closed. But that's a part of the process that you have to go through to be great. Are you willing to go through the shame and the doors closing and the hearing the no's? More no's than yes. Are you willing to go through all of that to be great? That is
he
the
did
question.
That already, though.
Listen, fam.
He fought in Mexico.
I didn't cut you off now.
He already sacrificed already.
Your sacrifice is not his sacrifice. I'm gonna say that again.
I didn't fight in Mexico. I'm saying he fought in Mexico.
Then. So all I'm saying, listen, brother, I'm not trying to argue you. I'm trying to listen. What I'm saying to you is this family has a vision, a path that they are going on that has nothing to do with whatever Kyle's talking about. You have no say on the path that they're taking, on their path to greatness. They're drawing up a plan. That father and that son, they have a team. And if they're pursuing this fight, there's nothing you and I can say to deter these people. And I say all love and props and honor to these brothers, man, for doing so. Because guess what? While they're doing that, I'm not talking about y'all direct, I'm just speaking. You got people who are saying, hey, man, you look like a fool. Don't do it. I mean, all this bashing going on. Man, why are you chasing this and doing? You looking like a fool. Why don't you just go fight this guy? No, I have a set goal. Yes, I'm going to hit the nose. Yes, I see the nose closing in my face. But my ancestors went through the same thing. Now I can sit here and talk boldly. Now I can make the type of money that I want to make. Now I can build the type of home because of the work that was put in before me. Now I'm going to get here in this position and become a weakling when my ancestors were so strong through all they went through. I'm going to act like a weakling because of a few no's and doors closing on me. I'm going to give up. No, man, that's not what we want to project to our people. We need to see strength. Keep going. Even though they're telling you no, keep going at them. Put that pressure down. Apply that pressure. Because you never know what's going to happen when he get the fight. Oh, man, I thought he wasn't going to get it. So if he would have gave up, look at that. And if he get the fight, and all people can say, man, damn, he got the fight. Well, what if he would have gave up? Like certain people were saying. But no, they had a vision. They stayed the course. They stayed the course. You don't
Can I
just
ask you a
give up
question?
because you're getting a few no's.
Can I ask you a question?
You can ask what you want, brother.
Did he get the Lomachenko fight? Did he get the
You,
Teofimo Lopez fight?
wow. What that has to do with the George fight, the George Kambosos fight?
It's a pattern. It's a
And
pattern.
That's a conversation. That's not real. That's a conversation because each path has nothing to listen, bro. That does not have nothing to do. All me and you having this conversation. You saying he won't get it. We can wake up one morning, the fight is signed. Then what? What you gonna say then? After all this, you saying that he ain't gonna get the fight. When he get the fight, what then? What then?
I would say I was wrong, but I don't see that happening.
Can I respond?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. So I'm gonna go off what I can remember. You correlated Devin's journey with Lincoln's playing the piano.
Right.
The reason why I spent $30,000 on Lincoln's piano is so he never have to ask another person in the whole wide world to use their piano.
Right.
He's not in competition with nobody,
right.
No one. That's why I bought him the piano, so he can be as independent as he wants to be.
Right.
Now, as it pertains to Devin Haney, he's in a slave contract. He has to perform as an indentured. So I don't care what nobody say. Bill gonna come on here and debate. I don't give a fuck. He's waiting on the check. Fred ain't waiting on the check. Fred is free as free can be. The point I want to say is all these fighters are waiting for someone to tell them yes. Stop asking for permission and or forgiveness and create your own way and turn the hourglass upside down. Even if he gets the fight or don't gets the fight, it doesn't change the narrative. It remains the same. They will only use you when they need you. That is it. If they don't need Devin, they're not going to use him. And that's the bottom line. And when they realize they need a black fighter is when he can draw. That's the only time. The difference between Tank and Andrade is what? His ticket sales. That's it. They all undefeated. What's the difference between Tank and Devin Haney? Ticket sales. So he's being used by the machine. That's why I said Gary Russell, Devin Haney, y'all need to fight each other. And they didn't. Everyone chose a side. Did I disagree with Gary sometimes? Did I disagree with Mr. Haney sometimes? 100%. Y'all don't know about the times me and Gary cursing each other out. Y'all don't know those stories. All you hear is me come on and be normal. You don't hear about the times me and Gary Russell disagree. Or me and, well, you know about Mr. Haney and I disagreeing. But the point I'm making is we're just staying on a hamster wheel. And part two to that is the reason why I can do what I want to do is not just because of the ancestors. It's because of workforce. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. The reason why Fred can say what he wants is because of economic freedoms and self-belief. That's the separation. You know how I know this? Because many of these fighters got more money than me. Many of these fighters got bigger platforms than me.
Let me know when I can respond to you.
They don't talk. They don't talk. You think running their race is true freedom.
Who is you? True. Can I ask you something? Who is you, Fred? When you say who are you talking about? Be direct.
I didn't cut you off. I just sat here and I listened.
No, I wanted to know who you're talking. When you say you, I want to because when you do that, I want to know who you're talking about.
I'm talking to you.
When you say me, okay, because I want to be able to respond to that. So let me know when you're talking to me, not that, go ahead.
Okay, so, and that's the reason why Devin Haney gets money. You know what he does? Tank Davis gets money. You know what they do? And the list goes on and on and on. It's not a one-person anthem. It's all these fighters. You know what they do? They buy cars, jewelry. They get the IG model. They buy the best cars. They brag about how much money they got. That's not freedom. That's making your oppressor wealthy. I will give you $3 million if you're going to give it all back to me. Easy solution. You have no power. What do you own? The reason why Fred is free is because I own something. I'm responsible for paying a percentage of my money in taxes. That's my responsibility. And to say that the goal is to chase after what they created, so supposedly for you, is a synonym for indoctrination. Go ahead, it's all you, man.
Okay. Now let's start with this. Now you said something that you said several things that stuck out, and you say that them bragging about their money and doing all this here is basically the wrong way to go. And Fred, everything that you said that these people do, you do it 2 times. Two times.
I talk about what I own.
What's the difference? You do this constantly.
What I own is a big difference.
And
assets over liabilities.
Listen, Fred, you do the same thing you see for other people not to do. And I don't know if you be listening when you say it.
I know what I be saying. I know exactly.
You may know what you're saying. Are you listening to what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Because you're saying the same thing that you asking other people not to do. You doing it, and then you do it in the same breath.
No, I'm bragging. I'm bragging about all these deeds.
See what I'm saying? What is that, Fred?
That's not a chain,
Fred.
That's not a Rolls Royce.
It's no different from the boy in the video posing with a chain, bragging, throwing money in the air. Because you on a platform bragging and boasting about what you have when you got people out here ain't got a damn dime.
They ain't got nothing to do with the conversation.
It got everything to do with the conversation because you bringing it up. Because if you think you bringing it up in some special way that it divorces you from.
No, it is special. It is special.
I thought you were gonna let me talk, brother.
No. It is special when you're talking about assets versus liabilities.
No. See how you try to do that. I'm talking about I did not say anything about assets versus liability. No, I'm talking about the conversation you had.
I talk about ownership.
Fred.
Ownership. That's it. Eddie Hearn said he's gonna have to sell 2 of his chains to make the fights. A white man told him that in front of his face. Ain't no white man, ain't no black man, ain't no Mexican man gonna minimize my son publicly. Period. Not for no sake of anything.
You said that you have verbal freedom. You can speak freely because of economic. The poor man can speak just as well as you without a damn dime and make more sense than you with all the money.
No, see,
so you're not making sense when you say that.
No. Now you're making a.
No, I'm responding to what you said.
No, but the point I'm making is I'm talking about freedom. I'm talking about an asset, an attribute of my freedom is I don't have to go back and ask you for anything. I don't have to go ask him for anything, her for anything, anything.
Let me show you a different Fred. I'm gonna ask God to forgive me because I don't do this here. I don't do this here because I don't live like that. Because I know other people have human feelings, right? I don't try to down people when they're at their lowest. So I be careful, even the way I speak. I be careful.
Man, just say what you want to say.
No, I'm dressing that up for a reason. Okay, Fred, I got plenty of money, but you will never know it because I don't come on here boasting about it. And then you talk about you don't worry about what these folk can do for you or whatever. And Fred, how many times have you brought up the word credentials? Evidently you worried about it because you talk about it almost every night.
No, I do that to to prove a point, man.
No, that point been proven. You should have moved on from that point. Why you keep bringing up credentials if you're not worrying about it? You should have been moved on past that. When things don't bother me, Fred, I move on past it.
You know what? I don't want to, because that is a talking point on this platform. I've turned down. If I want credentials, I can get credentials. And just to prove your point, I never take credentials from Bill Haymon. Never. I don't even take free tickets from the man.
Right.
I don't take nothing from nobody. He will come on this platform and tell you, Fred, you want credentials to the fight? No. Fred, you want tickets to the fight? No. Sam Watson, you want tickets to the fight?
I can say the same thing you saying.
No,
I can say the same thing you said.
I don't know if it was me. We're supposed to be attacking. We're supposed to be attacking this point. You're coming.
No, we are. No, we are. Listen, Bill Haney offered me some money.
I don't care about.
I told that brother no. And you told me somebody wanted to cash out me some money. I said no. Why? Because I got money.
I don't give a
that stuff don't bother me, man. I can say the same thing you saying. Ask Bill Haney, did he offer to pay a subscription for me for a whole year? Right? We can both say the same thing. Because why would I take that man money if I got money? That would be crazy.
The point is, Deacon, that we're missing is the fight is not going to happen. They're not getting that fight.
Fight ain't happening.
Why would you speak that type of stuff in it? My point is, why would you speak that negativity in the air like that?
It's not
because they showed you what they showed you.
Just let it play all the way out. That's all I'm saying. Let it play all the way out. Don't. He's fighting
Lomachenko. What are you talking about?
Let it play out.
So George done signed to fight somebody else already.
Lomachenko, bro,
have you signed the contract to fight Lomo?
The contract is signed.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I apologize. My bad. So y'all finna get me kicked out. My wife coming with that pistol. Yeah. My bad.
No, this is the same conversation. Republicans versus Democrats. You know what they gonna say? Fred, you were right. The motherfucker just gave $13 billion to Ukraine and came back the next day and gave $800 million. This is the same conversation. This is all it is. You want a goal that Bob Arum created. All this was created by Bob Arum and Don King. All this shit was created. This ain't your oasis. This ain't Devin Haney's oasis. Y'all believe it is. You believe the Pinnacle is making Bob Arum as much money as possible. You don't.
No,
say
I don't work.
way.
I've been told y'all. I told you a long time ago, Fred. I care about the fight once it's in the ring. I don't care about what the kind of money they're making. That's not my business. I don't care about the business of boxing. I'm a fan of the fight. What they making, whatever their purse is, they got to figure that out personally. That has nothing to do with me. When the fight come on, I'm gonna pay for it, or however I get it.
Okay, well,
that's all. I just like to see the fights.
I think it's a mindset, because you was coming on here saying vote for Biden, and I say hold your vote.
I mean, what? I'm supposed to be ashamed of that?
No. The point I'm making, there's a parallel between that Deacon and chasing these belts. It's the same thing.
No, brother. No, I'm gonna say this right here. Hear me clearly.
Did you say the WBC was racist?
Who said that?
Didn't you say the WBC was racist about 9 months ago?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I don't remember saying, or if I said it, brother, I don't remember saying it. But I can tell you this for a fact. In the world, there's so many, but ain't but one of me, bro. Can't be duplicated.
Why is this about you?
Because you said you were talking to me, right?
Oh, Jesus. Deacon,
you said you were talking to me, right?
It's about you, Deacon.
You said you was talking to me.
It's about you, Deacon.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because
how did this conversation come? I don't get in conversation me versus you. I don't give a damn. I don't care.
There you go again. When I said, Fred, every time you say
you making it me versus you. Bill gave me this too. Bill gave me this too. Bill gave me this too.
Oh, you supposed to say it, and I supposed to sit here and shut my mouth while you trying to. I mean, come on, man. I'm responding. Let you know you ain't saying nothing big.
I'm not.
How much money I done turned down?
I don't want to be bigger than you. I've never.
You,
I don't want to be. I have no desire.
And listen, it's not about that, because that's why I said, brother.
Stop
In the
bringing it
world,
up.
But Deacon, Deacon,
shit.
You, this is what I'm saying though. You taking a. This is what I'm saying though, Deacon. Now you taking a spiritual journey and you're trying to put it in a physical. In a physical realm. It's not the same.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand,
Come on, bro.
Hey, let Deacon be Deacon. Let's let Deacon be the. You're right.
Listen, I can go. If you want me to get on that level, I can go there. I'm talking about regular shit here.
You're right.
You telling us to have
this man talking about what he turned down. How many? Listen, I don't want to keep repeating this. I don't want to keep repeating this. Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What you were saying, Kyle? I'm gonna get your point.
All I'm saying is this, Deacon. You keep telling us to have faith and all this shit. We done had faith for 20 years and we ain't got shit we wanted.
Man.
At what point are we gonna say, fuck that? I don't want to buy that shit. I don't care about this. This is what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, man, you ain't getting them fights. Jake Paul ain't got no belt, and look what he doing.
God bless him.
Yeah, Bob.
Look at the point that we making. You're at a point in your career where you really don't need the belt. You're big enough to. You're big enough.
Go tell them fighters that they don't need. Go tell them fighters they don't need a belt.
At a
go tell them fighters they don't need a belt.
And you damn sure don't need Cambose's belt. He the one that needs you more than anything. Because if he didn't need you, he wouldn't call your name out, and he wouldn't have went out and said he was gonna fight you just to pick somebody else. That's what they do. They've been doing that for the last 20 years.
That's been going on, brother. That's been it's been going on way farther than a few years.
Okay,
that's been
I don't
going
know
on.
that. I can't tell you about the
I
past
know that.
20 years.
That's been going on.
I can tell you what I've been accustomed to and what I do know. Okay, you want us to have faith in some shit that we should never have faith in from the beginning.
No, brother, I don't want you to. I don't want you to do nothing, brother.
To make them give us the fights.
I don't want you to do. I'm speaking for me, brother.
Care for him to fight. We don't care about him fighting. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about who he about to fight. You don't. I don't. Fred. Nobody cares about who the Charlo about to fight.
Really
That's
don't.
what I'm telling you. That's the case.
That's
and
cool.
The point. Demetrius Andre still ain't got no goddamn fight. He still can't unify a goddamn belt. He got to go up to 168 and he still ain't gonna get no good fight. That's what I'm saying, bro. All this, the door closes, another one's gonna open. Dude, listen. At some point, the Bible says, I must work while it is day, man. You got to work. You can't just sit here and wait and hope.
Well, I think that young brother do it. I think that young brother hasn't gotten all he has sitting on his rump. I think he's doing a pretty good job of working, brother. But his pockets ain't my business.
I ain't bring up no money not once. I'm talking about fights that we not going to get.
Oh my God, bruh. What? I mean, where you going with that?
I'm going with that.
You said you used the word work. You used the word work. I said the brother looked like he's doing a pretty good job to me. He's not. So where are you coming with that? Really? Come on, man. You got to stop this elementary stuff, man.
What elementary stuff, bro?
How you keep coming, bro? Come on, stop that, man.
Coming
you too
how?
old. You too old for that, bro. You too old for that, bro. You too old for that.
Deacon, if Devin Haney get Cambosis next, I'll cash up you $100.
And I wouldn't take it, brother. Just like I turned down everybody else, brother. I don't need your money, bro.
What I'm telling you is, I'm that confident that I'm gonna give you $100 out of my kid's mouth.
Only way $100 to go back and forth between me and you, brother, is the same way me and Fred did it. If I lose a bet, I'm gonna pay. If Fred paid me 50 when he lost, you know what I'm saying, and I paid him 100 when he came back and double up.
Well, if you want to bet the $100, we could bet the $100.
Nah, I'm good. I'm through losing money on this show. Okay. he slapped me across the head for a yard. Hey, that's it. You know, but it's all good. I'm finna go head on because all I said, I believe the young man deserved the fight. If he get it, he get it. If he don't, he don't. That's just the way it goes. He just let it play out. You never know what happened. That's all. I believe in the brother. I believe
that
in his.
pain.
Yeah,
He
I believe
deserves
in the
to
brother.
fight. He does deserve to fight. You know what I'm saying? But we don't always get what we deserve, man. We get what
That's a fact. That's a fact. That goes to my point where I say, well, doors will close. But look, I do know that doors will open. And look, failure is a part of the process too, brother. You got to know that. You know what I'm saying? How many times you gonna hear no before you get to the yes? You're gonna go through that. You're gonna go through that. In life in general, is what I'm trying to say. Not just about this, but I'm just saying, when I say, I hope y'all heard me, I'm saying on a broader picture, it may be a child out there that believe in something's gonna happen for them. That's why I say I'll be careful when, especially if I'm talking on a platform. You never know who might run across the video, brother. It just may be a word that can help a brother. Just one word can change somebody's mind about something. That's what I believe. So I be careful when I talk. That's all. If you see me in person, bro, every move is a calculated step, bro. Every move is a calculated step. I don't just be moving just to be moving. I don't talk just to be talking. I come with a purpose. So maybe we talking about boxing, but my mind is always thinking about the bigger picture, bro. I know that people are listening. And maybe I can say the right thing for somebody. It don't have to be you. You never know where a word might land. And just like you have people calling in and say, Fred, hey man, I appreciate it. He get that all the time. I appreciate it. He don't know if certain people be listening, right? It's something he might have said probably a month ago. They might have watched the video just yesterday. And that word still will help them. You never know where the word might land. That's all I'm doing, bro. That's all, you know what I mean? That's me. Yeah, and I'm finna bounce and let y'all do y'all thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love, and keep your head up, like Tupac said, baby. Love
Hey,
y'all,
Deacon,
bro.
hell of a job. You didn't cuss once tonight, man. Hell of
Hey,
a job.
man. Hey, God is great, man. You know what I mean? He's great, man. I'm getting ready to do some big things like fasting.
Attaboy.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
You know,
Peace and
once
love.
you fast, your lips gonna be too crusty to cuss.
Knock it off, boy. You know what? I was sending them folks at you, boy. The prayer folks. I had them Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on your door. You keep messing with. All right, man. Y'all be good, family. Yes, sir. All right.
Hey, Fred. I'm a yes man, Fred.
If Harriet Tubman would have freed more slaves had they known they were slaves.
Hey, I'm a yes man, Fred. You sign my checks, I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do, Fred. If you tell me it's fuck Al Haymon, then it's fuck Al Haymon. If you tell me I got to root for Canelo Alvarez, I'm rooting for Canelo Alvarez. Fred, I am the yes man. You sign my check. You know what I'm saying? I cannot do anything without you, Fred. You're my financial advisor. You're my manager. I believe in you, Fred. You're all I got. You know what I'm saying? Everything I own is because of you. Yes, I'm a yes man, Fred. And I take it and I understand it and I grab it and I hold on to it forever. Yes, man, Kyle Davis.
That sounds like Al Haymon fighter. Oh man, appreciate you, Kevin Brower. We're never getting them fights. I've been gave up hope. You know what I mean? Like it's asinine to believe in equality.
And that's my new shit too, Fred.
What?
Whenever I come on, that's what I'm saying. Whenever we about to end the show, that's what I'm gonna start saying. Yeah. I like to thank Frederick Hawthorne. You know what I'm saying? You know how they always think Al Haymon.
Yeah. Hey, but it's just this is the same attitude that got Joe Biden elected. The same mindset. Oh, we'll just get him in for 4 more years because he's the lesser of the two evils. No, he ain't. Now, when you look at it, truth be told, we were richer. Just on gas prices alone, Americans had more money in their pocket with Donald Trump. Just on gas prices alone.
Instead of him helping the Ukraine, he should have helped. He should have helped us get these lower gas prices.
Man, we never gonna wake up because we think the person that gives us freedom gotta like us. The same rights that Donald Trump was giving to those poor white people, he was giving us to us poor black people too. The same people that Barack Obama was speaking to, poor black people, is the same people Donald Trump was talking to, poor white people. Hope. Same thing. It makes us uncomfortable when white people just talk to white people.
Hey Fred, you know what's funny, man?
Yes.
Me and you disagree on the Al Haymon Nation of Islam shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I remember they don't even remember me saying that we need a Nation of Islam jar. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I
know you don't read the chat. I know you don't go fuck.
No, I read the chat. I don't value the people who disagree with me. Like I don't internalize them. I don't. It serves me no purpose because they're living a one-of-one experience and they way quite possibly works for them. I'm living a one-of-one experience and my way works for me. My way is being as independent as possible. My way is not having no strings attached to me. Some people like getting up and going to work. You know what I mean? Waiting on the government check. Some people like calling somebody boss. I don't ever want to call another man boss. I don't. I got a son. You know what I mean? So that's just how I'm not saying it's wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how I choose to live. And politics is about making the best deal. Donald Trump was willing to negotiate a $500 billion plan with Ice Cube. Negotiate. Joe Biden said, get the hell out of the White House. He treated him like he treated those little black 7-year-olds that he didn't want going to school with his son. We're not going to get to this. We're not going to get there until the conversation is about economics. Because if we still fighting for equality, how is equality different? We live in 50 different states. 50 different climates, 4 different time zones. There can never be equality. You got 2 kids. I got 2 kids. You got 3 kids. My kids are mixed. Your kids 100% black. Their mom's Asian. Your mom's black. We don't come from the same place. It could never be equal. We could never have an equal conversation. How can we have an equal life? The only way we can get there is through economics. It can't get there through religion. They done bamboozled and hoodwinked you and believe that religion is the pathway to freedom. It's not the pathway to freedom. It's a pathway to solace in your life. If you believe in it, it's a pathway to spiritual heightness. I don't know what that term is, but it's like when I hear Deacon say Devin needs to fight for something that he could never own, I think like, damn, we never gonna get anywhere. Never. They told the man he's not the owner of the WBC told him he wasn't a champion. I'm going to repeat. The owner of the WBC told him he wasn't a champion. And then when he had a fight coming around with them sanctioning fees, oh yeah, he's the champion. And the Haney's paid him. What Darwin Price says, it's a game of pimps and hoes. Now he don't need you. Oh, he going over there with where the money at.
Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, man.
When he didn't have Canelo, he was pushing Devin like a motherfucker. Now he got Canelo. Shit. He don't even push AJ no more. Now he got Canelo. When did I see you heard about Anthony Joshua since he got Canelo Alvarez?
Man, he told them, you're not a champion. Anyway, we got Troy on. What's up, Troy?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Fine. I was listening to the whole conversation with the deacon and everything.
Sure.
But your comment makes no sense to me when you said basically that you can't fight for what? You can't fight for equality.
There's
We
no such-
are.
I'm sorry.
What did you say? What did you say, Fred?
Yeah, it's no such
just to
thing as
clarify.
equality.
Okay. I can tell you that's a blasted lie, and I
Okay.
can tell you why.
Sure.
If it wasn't for people who fought for equality, you wouldn't be sitting in that chair that you're sitting in. You wouldn't have the mindset that you have right now. If people didn't die for equality, so we could get where we are, there's no way in the world that you'd be sitting where you're sitting. I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting. So why don't you explain that? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you need to add more content to that because I really don't understand what you meant by that.
I just gave a 5-minute monologue on it.
I heard it. Didn't make any damn sense.
Well, we just disagree.
Yeah. Because it makes no sense. There's no way in the world you could tell me that we can't fight for equality. I get it this is what I understand. Maybe tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you're saying if that's the only thing we're fighting for, then you can't just fight for that. That's what you're saying?
I don't believe in equality. I don't believe
You don't believe in equality, but
I don't.
You must not own a mirror then.
Say it again, please.
You must not own a mirror.
What'd he say?
You must not own a mirror. I said.
Oh, own a mirror. Own a mirror.
Yes, you must not own a mirror. How do you not believe in equality? I mean, your whole life is equality. You just said that your family's a mixed family. That's equality. You don't get more damn equality than that.
No, there's no such thing as no one
We're
person.
still not equal though.
There's no equal. Equality means equal. It's impossible to be equal.
Equal to who? Who are you trying to be equal to? Fred? Who are you trying to be equal to?
I'm pulling out of this conversation.
No, don't. Do not pull out. Do not pull out.
I am.
Do not pull out simply because I asked something you didn't like.
No,
don't pull
I
out.
answered it already.
Don't pull out.
I want to keep moving with the show. I spoke for 5 minutes on it.
I got what you said, but
that's what
I'm saying. Let me say this final point then. There's no way you could explain what you said. That's why you want to pull out. And you do this every time I call in. Every single time. Which is ridiculous, man.
All right,
I sure would like to invite you to my show. I tell you what I'll do, because this conversation got my mind racing. Why don't you come to my show and we'll have the same conversation? Ain't gonna be no pulling out, ain't gonna be no cutting off or nothing like that. You know that?
No, I'm standing. There's no.
You stand on what you said.
Period.
Fine. I tell you what, man. A fool. I tell you what, and I say this because I mean it. A fool who thinks he's a scholar is nothing but a damn fool, Fred. And that's my last word on that.
Before you, oh shit, Fred didn't want to answer, but I did. See, but what he said. This is what he's saying though. Like, we're never gonna be equal. They had a 400-year head start, so there's no equality. And at the end of the day, when you get locked up, and a white man get locked up for the same exact thing, your black ass is getting more time. So where's the equality in that? Women talk about equality, but at the end of the day, if they carry in a box, a man is going to ask them, hey, let me see that box. I'm going to help you with that. If I'm carrying a box, A nigga ain't gonna ask me, oh man, let me get that box for you. Hell no. That's equality. That's equal. Like, that's what it is. Like, I work in security, right? We watch crazy patients. There's 2 people up front and there's 3 of us in the back, right? So anytime there's a crazy standby, we don't have the women watching. We don't say, hey, you go back. We go back there first before we have the women go watch them. And if they're easy to watch, then we send the woman back. But but it's equality though. You get what I'm saying? Like, we still at the same job, we get the same pay, but the job is different. So that's what we're saying. We're not saying don't fight for it, but at the end of the day, it's never going to be equal.
Kyle, I'm just going equality. We're fighting for equality, a rubric that our oppressor created. Our oppressor told us to fight for equality. I'm done, man. What's up, Mr. Fuller?
Hey, I think I understand what you're saying, Fred.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
You're looking at more of like an economic. If there's going to be any sense of equality, it's going to be on an economic playing field.
That's the only way we can get there. We can't get there nowhere else.
Yeah, but now the thing is, what we got to understand is that that playing field only involves a team sport. Group economics, right? You can't. I mean, because really, truth be told, Fred, no matter how rich you or the next black person gets, as long as the average black person is living beneath the poverty line, undereducated, under-resourced in this country, we have nothing in common as a people because we have no power base. So until we start practicing group economics, then it's, this. I mean, obviously, a few guys are going to get through here and there, like yourself. Now, I could be considered a person that got through the cracks, so to speak. But overall, Malcolm X said no man can ever elevate above the state of his race. Right. So as long as all those people in LA are living homeless and Skid Row, you live out there in LA. I went to USC, so I saw it. As long as that condition exists, then these individual accolades and successes, they're good. But group economics is the only thing that's going to bring the whole and actually create that quote unquote equality that we're supposed to be looking for. That's my opinion. And really what it comes down to is equity. I think equity is a better word.
That's what I said. Equity.
You give people what they need to survive. You give them what they need in order to be able to, raise the river, so to speak, so that everyone is kind of experiencing a certain amount of success in their life. You give a man what he needs and not exactly what you give the next man. Because the next man may only need, $100. You got another guy that needs $100, a brand new car, and, a job opportunity. You give people what they need in order to put them in a position so they can be successful in life, and that's equity. So I think that's what you're getting at. that economic playing field is really what we need to come. And then Joe Biden, when you made the comment about Joe Biden, I gotta admit, I fell for it. But now I regret the fact that I did vote for the guy, because I see now that he's more racist than Trump ever was. He's in my opinion, he's more racist and disrespectful towards black people and taxpayers than any president I've seen in the last 30 years. Because, I mean, you got to think about it, the guy's been in politics for 50 years. So if you're living in that dynamic where you're making your money off of corporate donate, you really work for corporations. You pass insurance laws that require us to carry insurance. You allow pharmaceutical companies to get away with certain things and charge astronomical amounts for medication. Same thing with lending companies mortgage companies, utilities, you name it. The corporations buy politicians, and as a result of that, they exploit the masses. That's even what we're seeing right here. I'm so untrustworthy of what I see on the news. I'm not even sure that this whole thing is not staged in order to destroy the middle class in the United States, where it puts a tremendous amount of economic burden, tax burden on the middle class, so that it no longer exists. And then you have that same wealth gap that exists all over the world, where there's very, very rich versus the very, very poor. And so that's I think that'll be a byproduct of this as well. But at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. I don't think there's a such thing as equality either. I don't think there is that. I don't think there ever will be.
Yeah, the synonym for equality is Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I didn't get that.
I said the synonym for equality is Jesus Christ, right? Everyone's the same in church and everyone's equal, and we're gonna get to heaven together, and we're gonna do this together, and we're gonna pray together, we're gonna worship God together, and it's all gonna work out. We all gotta have the same faith. We all got, man, it's.
You think that's a Christian thing? A Christian
No, it's not Christian. Hell no, that ain't Christian. That's a rubric for control. That's a synonym for control. It's not no one can have the same relationship with God because our footsteps in the sand are completely different.
So can I ask you this question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think because the way Jesus Christ has been used, in modern history and in today's world, do you think that negates the legitimacy of his life and what he does stand for?
Well, I mean,
does that negate his legitimacy?
Yeah, we live in a society with commercial Christians.
Okay.
Because you know how I know we believe in commercial Christians? There's commercial Christians because of the lifestyle. You know what they said? How they described Freeway Rick Ross? They called him the great Freeway Rick Ross.
That's right.
I said, huh? Yeah. How is he great?
Exactly.
The great Bumpy Johnson. How is he great? The great Magic Don Juan. How is he great? But we're a Christian. We're a nation of Christians.
Right.
Now, those are called commercial Christians. You know what God is? God is in the spirit of your child. God is in the spirit of your deeds. No one can worship God on the same level and or the same frequency. I believe just like a ballpark. You buy a ticket, you're with 50,000 people rooting for the Chicago Cubs. I understand that component, but no one can worship God at the same rate. It's just impossible. Our lives are not the same, and we always want to have this this straight line of worshiping God. It's a fallacy. You go to the church house is like you're plugging in your soul to a socket. And I'm not supposed to worship God at the same rate you got. Oh, you don't worship God because you didn't pay 10% of your tithes. Huh? I got 3 kids in college. I got to give you 10%, and I got 3 kids in a parochial college. Isn't that paying tithes too? Right. Or how about if I don't have any money? So you know what I do? I go read the kids at the library.
Right.
Like no one is on the same plane. Everybody can't give 10%.
Yeah,
and everyone can't read 30 chapters a week. No, I'm just using that as an example. No one prays. Some Muslims can't pray 5 times a day. They got 4 kids.
Right.
And they got to so it's this dynamic that we all got to be monolithic religiously. No, man, that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. So all 12 disciples were the same.
Now, when you say
Yeah.
monolithic religiously, you mean worship God the same way or worship one God? You don't believe in worshiping one God?
I believe God is in my deeds, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe God is this esoteric construct.
Mm-hmm.
I believe heaven is heaven resembles your earth life spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe there's no difference between your spirit on earth and your spirit in heaven. It's the same thing. It's like if Hitler kills 10 million people, his spirit doesn't change going from heaven to earth or earth to hell or heaven. It don't
Right.
change. That's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And this fallacy. You can kill 100 people as a Christian, and on your deathbed, you can ask God for forgiveness. You just fucking destroyed 20 lives. But on your deathbed, you can ask for forgiveness and everything is A1.
Mm-hmm.
So how about if you killed the person before he asked for forgiveness? You murdered a man. He didn't have a chance to ask for forgiveness. He was coming from the gambling spot, but he grew up in the church. So
Right.
does he die? Does he go to hell because he grew up in the church, but as a grown man, he does what a man does on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to hell because he was going home, and
Yeah.
you came up from behind him and shot him in the back of the head, so he burns in hell forever.
Right. Right. You don't believe in that concept because it doesn't make sense.
To me, it
That's
doesn't make sense
right.
at all. At
Right.
all. So if I punch a guy, beat a guy up, right, and then he's in intensive care, I drive home and get in a car accident and get killed, I go to hell?
Mm-hmm.
So I genuinely believe your spirit will mirror your spirit on earth.
Right.
And that's just what I believe. I don't subscribe to organized religions. I don't believe a preacher can I think a preacher can it can help me understand my faith more. Like a conversation with you can help me understand and explore some different variances of my faith and all. But it's impossible if God is spiritual. It is impossible for you to tangibly see my relationship with God because I only see you for an hour a week.
Right.
It's to me, it's impossible. So when people say, Fred, do you believe in God? Why are you asking me that? I'm showing you.
Yeah.
The divorce rate is 54%, but you get married under God's oath.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to a court created by man and ask for half and or time to see your kids.
Yeah.
I don't grasp that at all. I don't understand that. So I think your spirit will mirror what's next. Be great on earth. Be spiritually great on earth. You're human. You're flawed. You're going to be impressioned by certain things. But I guarantee, I think it has to be. It has to be like scales, checks and balances. May 19th. So
Right.
it has to me.
Uh-huh.
To me.
Yeah.
And
I don't even know how we got here, Fred. I don't, man. But
Mhm.
obviously, this was something on your heart, so I'm glad you.
No, you asked me.
Deacon 305 is how we got here.
Oh well, yeah,
Oh, Deacon.
yeah, probably Deacon.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't have the same relationship with God as Deacon. People ask me, "Do you believe in God?" God is tangible to me. Like my relationship with God is tangible. Like I can really have a conversation with him. He is palpable.
Right.
Like I don't think of God as in faith. I think of God as in me having absolute power to control everything I need in my life. And the moment I run out of energy, I plug in my socket.
That is faith, though, Fred.
Yeah.
That's faith. I mean, because really at the end of the day, what you do is you take a vision that you have for your life, and then you believe in that vision enough to work for that until it comes to fruition. You that is the process of faith, right?
Okay.
We take the metaphysical, a thought, a passion, a belief, a vision, and we actually invest in that from a believing standpoint. And because of that belief, that drives us to act and bring that into the material world to actually manifest that in the physical world. So that is a faith process.
Okay.
When we exercise that as a people and as individuals, then we actually capture the essence of who God is. God is a creator, and the Bible says that He spoke the worlds into existence. He spoke what He believed and envisioned into existence, spoke that, and that act actually physically created the worlds that we see, the physical world and the realm that we live in. That's why when the Bible talks about Jesus got really fired up when He met people, not because they were crying or not because they had a hard time. That one scripture I'll say this real quick. That one scripture that said Jesus wept. That scripture, when you look around, a lot of preachers preach that, okay, He wept because the two women that knew Lazarus had died and he had been dead for a couple of days. Jesus got there late and they were crying because they thought Lazarus was gone. And, but then it says Jesus wept. Well, Jesus didn't weep because Lazarus was dead. He wept because there was so little faith that we have dropped to a place in our lives as human beings, especially Black people, where we don't dream, we don't envision things that we can be to overcome the system of oppression that we live in, and use that faith and group belief, right? Group faith, group belief to change the world that's around us and the world that we're being exposed to and subjected to. The last time we did that was back in the 60s. But as of right now, we are faithless people. That's why we're being destroyed. The bottom line is that faith is what moves God, not pain, not crying, not all the different emotions that we can go through, but our ability to believe and act on that belief to bring a physical reality about. God awards that. So I think that when you do that, you are in essence practicing the God that's in you, exercising the God that's in you when you use your faith to change your reality in your physical world. So
what you got to do after you got faith? What's the rest of that?
Oh, you got to act. Faith without works is dead.
Okay.
You got to act. You got to go to work.
All right. So that's all we saying. You still got to work.
Oh, you got to go to work.
They tricked us. They tricked us for a long time to think that we could sit on our ass and just pray.
Oh, no, that's BS.
You got to work.
You got to bring
that. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. That's basically what we've been saying all night. You got to work though. You can have faith all you want, but you still got to work. You know what I'm saying?
You got to burn that oil. You got to burn that midnight oil. You got to make it happen. Yeah, and faith without works is dead. If you say you believe something, but you're not willing to act on it, that means you don't believe it. It means you don't believe it. So your faith is dead if you can't act on what you say you believe or what you envision for your life. So that's the reality of it. And a lot of folks sit around and talk about God this, God that, God the other, but you look at where they're at today, they're even worse off than they were 10 years ago or at the same damn place. God is not a stagnant God. He's progressive. He's progressive. And this life experience that we live in, it's a continuous learning experience where we're supposed to continue to learn and progress from cradle to grave. But there's never be a point where we stop learning and progressing in life. And you're only going to do that through the exercise of faith. So.
Appreciate the call, Mr. Fuller.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Kevin Brower. I can't believe Black folks actually voted for that dumb motherfucker. He called us a nigga at least 1 million times. God, he sure did. And so many ways, even before he was president. Yeah, you don't vote for me, you ain't black, nigga. That's what he said. See, that proves that we need white supremacy, because we can say all this faith thing, all these God things, and God is love, and the motherfucker, a white man told you ain't black if you don't vote for me. A white man told you, an 80-year-old white man, that best friend was in charge of the KKK.
What's good? What's good?
I
Max,
understand.
what's going on?
Man, that was disturbing, man. Peace be with you, my brothers, all day, man.
Peace
I
be
was
with
getting
you. Here, let me read this so people can see you. Other caller felt that Fred has equality because Fred is sitting on a YouTube hoping for 3,000 people to buy his latest film. But Steven Spielberg sits on his $250 million yacht expecting 30 million people to buy his last film. Huh. Yeah, let me read that again. Other callers felt that Fred has equality because Fred is sitting on a youth. I get it now. Hoping for 3,000 people to buy his latest film. But Steven Spielberg is sitting on his $250 million yacht expecting 30 million people to buy his latest film. Facts. Big facts. Yeah, that's equality. That's equality. All right. For sure.
They don't see. The thing is, they don't really want Rev to come through this mug. See, they don't know.
Who's Rev?
I know that Bible like the back of my hand, boy. Don't get it twisted.
Oh well, you need to teach us sometimes because I
Yeah,
don't.
You see how I taught tonight, hey man. You know, you get to work while it is day, because the night coming when no man can work. See, people don't understand that. There's gonna be a time when you can't put that work in. So you get to work now.
Man, people. Anyways, what's up?
No, man. On that whole equality talk y'all were having earlier, man. I think people get so lost in the sauce. Like, you know what I mean? Who the fuck wants to be equal? Like, I want to be better than. Like, I don't want to be equal. I don't want to be the average. You know what I mean? Like, equal is average. I want to be average. You gotta find out who's the winners and who's the losers, man. Can't everybody be equal? Fuck that. No, it ain't got nothing to do with no color of skin shit either, because there's people within the same color of skin that ain't equal with each other. So fuck the group politics shit. Like, I don't know. I think people forget about equality. They only want to be equal when it means they gain something. No one wants to give up something they have for someone else to be equal to them.
Right.
So
good point, because by that definition in America, the white people got to give up something for us to be equal to them.
Facts. Facts. And if there was someone below you economically or otherwise, that would require you to give up something so that person can catch up to you that's behind you. So
but we don't believe in communism.
Exactly. If you want equality, there you go. Everybody gonna have the same outfit, the same shoes, uniform school. Like, nah, man. I believe in like equal opportunity. Like, I should have the same chance if all variables are the same. Like, you know, because that's the other thing too. People get caught up in the mix. There's a lot of variables going into things. Why certain people get in certain positions that others don't. You know, whether it's, you know, education, experience, just connections, who you know, whatever. Like, there's something they got or they did that you didn't to get there. Now, if every single thing was the same and you didn't get your shot, then I could understand that. But people, it's just like, put a blanket over this fucking equality shit. Nah. The harder work, you know, the early bird gets to worm, the harder worker gets more. That's just the way it goes, man. You can't sit on your ass like, how come I don't got what this person got?
Yeah, right. Get up earlier. The Kobe Bryant effect. You know what I mean? It adds up over 10 years. You'll never catch up.
Yeah, like they say, we all got the same 24 hours, man. Like,
facts, man. Yeah, people use. Yeah, there are people who use the Bible for justification, and I look at things now that I'm 44. I mean, I dibble dabbled in lies and justification a lot in my younger days, but it is what it is. Like, you're a parent now. you're not just a single man. You're a parent, so everything you're accountable to. Like, you have kids, you have, and we claim this equality. We claim this God-fearing nation, and we twerking. We praising drug dealers. We want to be a pimp. We want to get the most money in the world. You know, like, I thought we were a nation of God. Like, we're not. This country is literally moving so far away from God's core values. It's a shame. It's a shame that, you know, I you know, I'm so conservative in my real life, guys. I sound cool for real on this internet thing, but I am so conservative socially. I'm so conservative. Like, I don't take risks. I don't take chances, man. I'm just cool because I grew up in an urban neighborhood. I know how to talk. You know what I mean? But I'm serious, man. Like, it's you either right or you're wrong, and you feed that right. You feed that right. Positive behavior, and I want to commit these sins though. Like, I be wanting to commit sins every day. Like I do, like no lie, but at 2 o'clock, I gotta transform. You know what I mean? I set the music in the car, I do this, I go pick Lincoln up, then I pick Kennedy up, and it's homework time. You know what I mean? And it's a transition straight to here. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but that's what I signed up for. You know what I mean? And I think that we get so far from it. They've replaced God with culture. We doing this for the culture. No, you're supposed to be doing it for God and your kids and your family. We want to dance for the culture.
How'd I go again? For
we dancing for the culture for. I too want to see a fat ass. I do. I have the freedom to chase as many fat asses as I want to. I know I can't do it. I got 2 kids, man.
You're gonna have 3 if you start chasing them too.
Yeah, I start chasing them too. Yeah, and I think we've gotten so far away from that. You know what I mean? It's great to be entertained, but we got to shut that shit off. You know what I mean? We gotta shut that off, man. And stop doing it for the culture and do it for God. You know what I mean? And do it for your kids, and shucking and jiving. And Marky Dan said, "Wow, Fred, that was deep." Yeah, the whole conversation was deep. Mr. Fuller, Deacon, and now Mex, Kyle, Troy was in here. Thank you guys. Wow, Fred, that was deep. Miss T, I'm 22 and I learn every time I come. So keep on coming. Keep on coming. Thank you, dog. I didn't know you were that young. Damn. Yeah, that's all yours, Max.
Nah, man. I think one thing I found kind of when y'all were talking, I was listening. I was just thinking to myself, like why are Americans the only people that cry about being oppressed all day, but we don't go nowhere? Every other country, if they feel oppressed in their country, they come here, or they get the fuck out their country, go somewhere. They're willing to risk their lives on rafts and do all kinds of crazy shit to get out of somewhere they feel is bad for themselves. But all we do is sit here and complain and keep sitting here. Like,
you know why?
I mean, it's like,
you know why? Because it really ain't no place better than this, to be honest with you, man.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't that bad. It's not gonna be perfect. I think everybody wants a fucking utopia. That'll never happen. You can't have good without evil, man. So there's never gonna be a time on this earth where everything's just pure harmony. We fucked that up from the beginning. It could have been that, but
this is hey man. If I lived in a utopia, boy, I have a Benz and I'd have been had that Rolex already. God damn it.
If I was in utopia, I'd be going to the fight with y'all next month, man.
Hell,
where the fuck is my equality at, bro? Where's my equality?
Utopia in this motherfucker, dog.
Nah, but yeah, I think at the same time, it's good to see all these various opinions and shit, because it proves that we have some type of equality. That's the freedom of speech that we're supposed to have. That's kind of getting pushed around a little bit, but the fact that someone can speak a total opposite opinion from you and not be jailed or beat up or some shit for it, that's equality in itself. Like, you can say what you want to say, I'm gonna say what I want to say. We're gonna keep it pushing. Like, there you go.
You beat up for it though, but
yeah, people want equal outcomes. That's never gonna happen. There's too many variables in life for that shit to happen. Math will teach you that. So, equality, don't forget, like 2 + 5 is the same as 7. That's why it's equal signs. But it's still different. It's equal, but it's different. And people get the two mixed up. You can be different and still be equal. So I don't know, man. This is fun though. I like to see y'all get into shit like this, man. This is fun. Y'all ready to go. Hey, you said, Kyle, you missed it yesterday. Your boy Troy shut down the boxing section yesterday. Oh man, one of these type of conversations. So I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna be in LA. I'm going out to LA tomorrow.
For what?
I'll be out there for the weekend. I'm going to that Smoking Grooves Festival with Erykah Badu, Nas, Roots.
Oh, man, be careful.
Oh, I'm good. I'm going with him. I'm going. I'll be out there grooving. We good.
Yeah, do a little
Yeah,
honey dip.
you know, a little bit of shrimp dip. You know? There's gonna be a lot of them out there, though. You know, they're gonna be out there. So
Hey, when you leaving?
I'm leaving first thing tomorrow morning from here.
No, when you leaving LA?
Oh, Monday morning.
DM me if you want. DM me and I'll give you my number.
Yeah.
Or
Shit. What do I do?
text this number. Text this number. Text this number and I'll text this number. The number on the
What's the
phone.
number?
Just text it.
I'll
Oh,
send,
shit,
I seen you his Instagram on through the group.
Yeah, hit me. If you're gonna
Oh,
be
there
in
you
LA,
go.
if you're gonna be in LA till Monday, hit me.
Yeah. I'll be out there Thursday, Friday, the concert Saturday, and Sunday. So
Yeah, let me know
you know.
for sure. Let me know.
Yeah, I'm with all the activities for sure. All right, Kyle, give me his info on IG then, because I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't even see the number you're talking about.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'll be in the section afterwards, yo. I'll let y'all.
Sure.
Peace. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, we're moving so far away from principles of God. And it don't matter if you're Muslim, Christian, Martin Luther. What is that called? What's Martin Luther's called? They knock on your door on Saturday morning.
Oh, Jehovah's Witness.
Are they Jehovah Witnesses? Or they no. Jehovah Witness is not Martin Luther. No, they're Mormons. But it don't matter. The principles are the same, you know? Like by default, if you believe in God, you're a conservative. There's no way around it. And whether you believe in Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther, Jesus Christ, Louis Farrakhan, TD Jakes, whoever, you know, don't replace culture with God. We've done a hell of a job at replacing God with culture. And we doing this for the culture. What the fuck? What I told my friend the other day, what the fuck is culture? I don't understand what culture is. I don't get it, you know. So I don't want to be a part of Snoop Dogg's culture, you know. I don't want to watch the news and a gangbanger say he doing it for the culture. I don't want to see it. That's not where I'm coming from. But I think the closer we get to principles that whatever book you believe in, I think that there's the world will be a better place. You know, I was watching the Steve Harvey. Did you watch the Steve Harvey interview with
I seen a little bit of it. I couldn't really get into it.
Yeah.
22 million.
What? 22 million.
His accountant stole 22 million from him.
I saw that. For 7 years, he never knew. And I respect his hustle. Do you think Steve Harvey believed in equality at that moment? Impossible. How can he believe in equality? What did I just say? What did I just say about the interview?
You about to talk about Steve Harvey's interview?
Yeah, but there was a point in that interview that I want to bring. Damn. Anyways, it was a good interview. I like Earn Your Leisure, man. I think they're young enough. I think they're more than smart enough to that bridge the gap because they interview old people like Steve Harvey, Rick Ross, Dame Dash, Mark Cuban. So they're cool enough and they're wise beyond their years, and I think it's beautiful. They're gonna be amazing. If we could tap into that piece of our brain, man, you talk about extraordinary people, man. You know, so it's exciting to see two young men interviewing a 65-year-old man like Steve Harvey. That's beautiful because that's really a timeless piece of work. Because of the conversation, not because of who it is. When you got like that demographic having a conversation, interviewing that demographic, it's timeless. Yeah, they're amazing. They're really amazing. And I hope they get 2 billion subscribers because that's where we need to be. Assets over liabilities. You know. For sure. Yeah, man. It's So what's up, Kyle? What you got going on tonight? What y'all talking about tonight?
Man, it's fight week.
Who's fighting?
Edgar Berlanga. So fight
Oh,
week Wednesday.
He sure is, man. Hopefully he returns back to who's he fighting? Steve Rowe, huh?
Shit, I gotta look it up.
I'm gonna watch it. Whatever it is. Dog. Good luck getting me off the couch Saturday. March Madness, dog. Good luck, man. I'm getting up at 6 a.m. I'm gonna go do my run, go do my little miles, and
I gotta go look at my bracket real quick too.
Yeah. You got your what?
Bracket.
Oh, bro, I didn't do one this year. Keyshawn Davis pulled out.
Yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, he's sick. Yeah, so but this is a
Shout out
great
to
conversation.
L-Dub said he put out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he did. And
his brother's still fighting on that card, though.
Yeah.
And you got Shoes is still fighting on that card.
I want to see him live. I want to see him in real time.
Who?
I remember when he was just following all the other guys. What's his name? Oh man, what's the guy's name that just lost? That stood us up with the pink hair.
Chris Colbert.
Yeah, Chris Colbert. I remember he was a little kid following him around. Arrington. Forgive me for forgiving up his name, but yeah, it's Oh, I still got time to do my bracket. Oh, I just want to enjoy it, man. You fighting whose brother? Who you fighting? Who you got over there, Bobby? So I need to root for somebody.
He fighting Jerron Ennis, man. He got he got Castile Clayton.
Yeah. I'm a root for you, Bobby.
Man, Bob is my dog. Hey, listen. Me and Bob, man, we locked in forever, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my motherfucking dog right there.
I've never rooted against Jerron Ennis, but hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it that night.
Nah, I can't do it. Me and Bob already talked about this, and I'm sad that it has to be this way.
Oh, so I got to root for Philip Carmucci.
Who are you fighting?
He's fighting Kelvin Davis. You getting a lot of fighters, Bobby. That's dope. Hell yeah! Congratulations.
Hey,
to
Bob got a prospect that had his first fight was it 2 weeks ago.
I saw that.
Yeah. Bob gonna be all right.
Hey, did Blair Cobbs get promoted to the main event? I'm not gonna watch his fight because it's gonna be hard to get me off college basketball, but I'm interested in the highlights though. I'll watch.
That's why we need 2 TVs, man.
On Instagram. Well, I mean, I got my laptop and I got my phone, so I can watch 3 things at one time.
Listen, I'm trying to get a baby matching. We already know what you're working on. So if all that can happen, you're going to have a whole 8 TVs ready to go.
Facts. That'll be cool. Yeah, man. It's he's fighting Rocha. So they're gonna move that to the main event. Interesting.
I feel bad for the zone. I really do.
Why?
They can't catch a fucking break.
Well, they deserve it, man. They came in here like they were like hot shit. You know, they deserve everything they get. Fuck them. Like, all right, man, listen. We gotta get Eddie Hearn in here, man. We gonna blow this shit up. I gotta get Eddie Hearn's phone number. Somebody get me Eddie Hearn's phone number, man. We gotta get Eddie Hearn in this motherfucker, man. We gotta blow the spot up one time. That shit'll be funny as fuck. Cause I really ain't got no quorums with him anymore now. I'm so off of that shit. You know what I mean? Like now I just ask for it because y'all want to know. But I'm not emotionally tied to it like I was when I fucking went after that motherfucker. That was fun though, man. He got off on that. I made Eddie Hearn low key more famous at the time when he needed to be. Now he's just a household name now, but I helped out Eddie Hearn's cachet a lot.
Mystique.
Mystique.
Then he offered you a job right after that.
And he did offer me a job. He knew he respected me a great deal. I could tell by how he acts around me when the camera. He kind of looks up to me. Really, like you know how like you have like a when someone respects you. Yeah, he's like a little boy around me. Like a little boy.
Fred talking that shit, dog.
I'm not big dogging him, but I'm telling you, like he was like, you that nigga. Like you really fearless in real life. Like he was looking at me like, damn. And you know who else? The little chubby dude. But Eddie Hearn more than him.
What chubby dude?
Telling y'all think I'm making shit up. Like he had a great deal of respect for me. Like respect. Like if we were in another setting, he would take me to dinner type of shit. Like to pick my brain. Like, why are you like this? Why are you so aggressive? Like that. Like how he thinks of Deontay Wilder. Like he's like, I know in the back of his mind, like when that run in 2017, 18, he kind of admired Deontay Wilder. Like I'm not putting myself in Deontay Wilder's shoes, but he respected the fact that I was unwavering on what I believed in. Not because I'm this guy, but I think he was just, I don't think he ever had resistance in his life. You know, I think he was a privileged young man, and he's rather successful now. But he looked at me like with glazed eyes. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you in the neighborhood and you talking to these young kids and you inspiring them. And yeah, that was my little homie. Yeah, Eddie Hearn was my little homie for real. Yeah. So like he would ask me like random questions and shit. And so, anyways, I appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you guys, man. All y'all, man. I appreciate you guys expanding the circumference of the barbershop tonight. You guys were awesome. Awesome blossom. And thank you.
Fred, keep your foot on these suckers' necks. In the words of the great philosopher DB, Fred Drop. Play the song, Fred.
Gotcha, man. Thank you guys, man. Brother Cole.
Head over to the boxing section.
Yeah, Ryan, Aaron, head over to the boxing section. Roman, thank you guys, man. Sports King, Brother Cole, thank you guys. Phantom Brawler, what's up, man? Yeah, I said that on purpose, Phantom Brawler. You got it. I wanted y'all to laugh, but yeah. What's up, T Sizzle? Rich Hill. Pugilist, man. What's up, man? I appreciate Australia. I appreciate Mr. Fuller came back tonight. I appreciate you. Man, thank you guys for coming in here, man. Thank you. It means a lot. You know, we got a lot of great platforms that come on at the same time as me. You know what I mean? And thank you guys. Bobby, man, I got a root for you this weekend. When you going to New York? Are you in New York? You leave tomorrow? When you gotta get? Well, you gotta be there before Friday. Thomas Davis. That's the one thing. I have no desire to get on the airplane, man. None.
It's crazy, Fred.
What?
Man, because you know I'm a politician, so I done met everybody you can meet. You know what I'm saying? It's hard when you, huh?
You have? Oh, you leave tomorrow? Safe travels, Bob.
Yeah, man. I met a lot of people, man, in my journey of doing covering boxing.
Yeah, boxing is fun, man. Yeah. Or if you're a Moor, I apologize. I didn't say the Moors when I was mentioning. No matter who you worship, man, you're conservative by nature. No matter what person you believe in, you're conservative by nature. It's the moment of truth. Good show tonight, Champion Heart. Good show tonight. I'm thinking, should I bring Farrakhan tomorrow? I think that'll excite us.
I thought you was gonna do that shit today, man.
Nah, but I figured everybody want to talk about this, man. You know, I'll be using Al Haymon's name. You know, I'll be using it.
Oh, Fred, before we go, I'd like to thank Frederick Hawthorne for giving me the platform, giving me a chance.
Yeah.
I am a yes man.
You better thank me. Yeah, for sure. Shit. Matter of fact, you should be paying me.
Oh, man.
Big bucks. Hey, man. Yeah, let's maybe I bring, because it's no fight Saturday that we're gonna talk about. No, I'm not getting them on here. I'm on Brother Cole. You know I'm not getting the brother minister on here. You already know. Where People Hernandez at, man? I missed you. Oh shit, my bad.
Peoples Hernandez.
Cause the devil is a lie. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, it's all in what you do. Hey. No, I should do Louis Farrakhan versus Malcolm X. That's a better show. Louis Farrakhan versus Malcolm X. That's a good show tomorrow.
Al Haymon versus Farrakhan. This you always talking about them two niggas anyway. Shit.
Yeah, facts. Facts, man. Facts, man. I don't trust neither one of them. Oh man, love y'all, man.